Let me know when we're live.
We are.
Oh. Hi, this is Project Epoch, brought to you by the Bull Critters Corner. I'm Bull Critter Steve. Tonight I'm being joined by Bull Critter John, Corinth, and Son of Pookie. We're going to be stepping into the second age of our version of Dawn of Worlds. Process we're going to be going through is broken down in phases. Creation phase where you can create a race or an avatar or an order, I believe. Let me pull my sheet up here so I'm not just talking out of my butt. Yeah, and so each one of us will have a turn going through that. And after that, we'll be jumping into the command phase where you can command a race to construct cities, form alliances, declare wars. You can command a city to build an army or build some sort of a major structure or wonder, or you can command an order to involve itself in some sort of a action. After that, we go into our conquest phase, which is mostly for military action. You haven't really seen too much of that yet because none of the races that we've had going have had large armies, but that should start popping off in a more interesting way. And once we finish our conquest phase, we jump right over to the events phase, which is where, as creatives, we just kind of look at all of the stuff we've already kind of set in place in the world and add interesting, terrible, or unique events. After that, we have a list of avatars. Right now, it's been severely truncated from our last episode due to the catastrophe that happened. And those avatars roll on a random chart that kind of gives a baseline for what their action for that particular round is. And after we've done all of that, we go into a lengthy conversation about what all has happened. And we call that a resolution phase, where we kind of break everything down and bring it into a cohesive story format. Now, I'm going to pass the ball over to Corinth, who's going to give you a brief recap of what we did last week.
So last week we saw our Age 5 end, our Round 5 of Age 1 end, and what happened is we had a separate world that we had been building on before we ever went live. We played through some stuff, had some storyline going, and through the process we had this whirlpool become a gateway between them, and we had a cataclysmic event where basically the realities kind of folded on each other, and some of the races from that previous world came up into this world. And it was a free-for-all. Some of the races merged. Some of the races killed each other off completely. Some races just completely dominated. And because of all this that happened, and not to mention we had some other cataclysmic events going on, we're down to very few races starting off of Age 2, Round 1. So our surviving races right now, we saw the psionic locust folk that were assimilators. They ended up merging with our primordial dragons. Our proto-dragons, actually. And now, so we have insectile dragons running around. We saw a proto-lizard folk and a primal lizard folk merge into a new lizard folk nation. The Slod easily overcame their competitors. They're still running rampant. The meerkat folk arrived on scene. And these aren't your cute little, Timon kind of things. These are very, very dominating race. They're actually led by a lich called Sir, Keeper of the Sun. And then we also have the Anthemorphs. The Anthemorphs are strong enough to keep their homeland. They actually assimilated the prawn folk into them, giving them new cybernetics and stuff like that. We also have the Hawkmen, who were late to the game. They showed up in round 5 of Age 1. They are still going strong, and they are still kind of the keepers of the sky. And we also had another race show up called the Garax. These are a original race that came from our previous world. They're anthropomorphic. They are psionic-based creatures. They kind of have their own agenda. We are not going to be directly controlling what they do. They're going to be more of an event thing because there's some other stuff kind of going on with them that we have been kind of playing with. We're not really sure where that's going to go. We only have a few avatars that are alive at this point. We have, of the avatars that are still alive, we still have Rend, who is a keeper of the Geisig. She is a primordial dragon. She is in charge of the Great Game. We have the Weave, who was a mixture of a lizard folk and acidic ooze who got together and they became their own sentient creature. We have Sir, keeper of the sun. He is a lich that is a meerkat folk. We have Ezra's, who was originally a chaos Maykaw folk, but he has developed a phylactery of a gem around his, like an amulet, and with that he is body jumping. He is currently in the body of a meerkat folk, and he is aligned with Sir for now. And then we have Crovexus, who is kind of the avatar leader of the Garax. Even though he's an avatar, we're not going to be giving him an avatar phase. We're going to let him do stuff in events and some stuff like that. So right now we have a few age effects going on. We have a rise in sea level, but due to the extreme nature of that affecting the map, we're going to just basically roleplay that out for right now because that's a very serious edit of our map that would take some time. So we're just not going to be able to do that right now. And we don't want to like have our sea levels drop next round and, not know what to do with it. So we have that. Due to the cataclysmic events, we also have volcanoes, meteor showers, brush fires, and magical weather are very common for this next age. I think that covers everything. So I'll turn it back to Bull Critter Steve.
Okay. Before we start, how do you guys feel about those 5 events, having them happen one every round? So they're not all
that'd be interesting.
right. So
Like
one
that.
round of volcano, one meteor shower, one
I like that a lot, actually. Do you want to roll off which one it is, or do you just want to have one of us pick each round?
however you want to do it. It makes it kind of like our races from last round. We got a special thing every round. The special thing could be
I do like that.
And so the last round, each round was roughly 400 to 600 years. These rounds, I think we were looking at 200 to 300 years, rough, give or take, is what we decided on.
I've got the sheet right.
I believe so.
Yeah,
I've got the sheet somewhere, but yeah, that sounds correct.
Okay, so
I have the sheet right here. I'm sorry, I've got notes all over my desk here. So yeah, this round, the rounds for age 2 are somewhere in the 200 to 300 year range, and the reason we've left it as a ballpark is when we go to do deeper delves into the stories we created with Microscope, which is the next step once we finish this process. It lets us have some wiggle room with the narratives that we're trying to build out. So that's what we're looking at with that. But what I'm going to need all of you wonderful people to do is throw some D4s so I know what the initiative order is.
I'm going to be spazzing all night between 2
Damn it.
nights.
John, do me a favor, roll one more time.
I'm going first. So it's going to be
Okay.
You guys have to roll.
I'm just gonna roll again. We're matching ones here. That's okay. Yeah, I think I know who's going next. All right, so our order inside of the phases is going to be Corinth, son of Pookie, Steve, me, and then John. And
goodness gracious.
since Corinth, you are leading off the round, I'm just going to make an executive decision here and say whoever leads the round is going to be the person who picks.
All right.
What event or what is affecting that particular? Which one of the horrible things is affecting us first?
Honestly, I think Let's go ahead and go with meteor showers because I think that makes sense that the meteor showers would call the volcanoes and the brush fires. So let's go ahead and go with meteor showers.
Okay. So remember, throughout this entire round, meteor showers are in effect. I'm assuming they're probably hitting both sides of the world.
Oh yeah, they're everywhere. All right. Well, let's go and kick this off. We're going to go ahead and create a race, and we're the remnants of the petrified forces. I want to make something called the Scar Elves. They live in the petrified forest. So I will mark them on the map.
Okay.
And these are a more aggressive group of elves. They live in a very harsh climate, so they're not overly friendly.
Can we start giving languages and stuff this round? Because I got an idea for them. How about we do like
Yeah,
some
okay.
kind of a Navajo or like Apache, like some
I
kind
do
of
like that.
Native American language?
So you know what? I'm good with that.
Where's the petrified forest?
In the old acid lake.
Oh, they
Kind of makes sense too, since it's a more revolutionary type of age. That maybe there is more language or more dialect is present, whereas last age was more primordial-ish. So maybe we could just say from now on. Maybe even next stage we could start doing other things too, like setting up a trade route or something whenever you create a grace or something like that.
Who was riding on the lake?
Oh, I was just adding some trees.
Oh, okay. I was like, what is that?
Yeah.
Terrible trees. I'm not a good artist, but
so
Sorry.
right now this area, right? It's petrified forest, and I'm assuming like a lake
not
base.
all of it.
Well, no, I mean like, but it was like had depth, and so now it has like a basin, right? The area.
Yeah. It probably is a very large valley. Definitely.
Yeah, there's small pockets of acid lakes, right? And there's
Yeah.
salt,
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
some
still gonna
kind
be
of
small
substance.
pockets.
There's some kind of sand or like the dust from whatchamacallit, fucking
From all the black dust.
from Dune. You know how Dune has like spice.
Oh, that's right. Spice
They're
and all.
gonna make,
That's
like,
right.
some
We're
kind
talking
of
about.
weird chemical or something that they use. They try to use. My turn. Okay, I'm gonna create an avatar for the amorphic animals. His name is Demon Bear. He's a giant cybernetic bear with a Gatling gun and a chainsaw.
Jesus.
And he rules with an iron fist.
Demon Bear, huh? I like it. Create
Okay.
avatar. He sounds like a real friendly guy. Which kind
He
of bear
really
is he?
does.
Is he polar bear? Is
He's a cave bear, like from a mixture of a brown bear and a polar bear.
Nice.
With a long, shaggy fur.
Yeah. Also, the thing that killed me a lot in fucking Skyrim. Fucking bastards.
Out of curiosity, what is his purpose, driving goal? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Conquer the world.
Or is he just trying to lead?
Oh, he's a
conquer?
conqueror.
He wants to conquer. He is lawful evil. But his reason for conquering is because he wants to make everyone safe, given how tumultuous the last age was. After they arrived, he believes that with his iron fist, he can control everything. Everyone will be nice and safe.
Nice.
And then in a time of fear and anguish, rising to power.
Okay.
Is this going to be a Hitler reference?
Well, no, I just mean like the world's
It feels like that's a Hitler reference. Already.
Reality just literally warped across the entire world almost. And
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I can see people getting lancy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And since they were already from another reality, right? We established he feels like he's the person that's going to be able to do this, bring order.
So with all the terrible things that have happened and all the things that the lizardmen have gone through, I'm actually going to create a proto race, or not a proto race, a sub race of lizard folk. It's actually going to be the troglodytes.
Nice.
And the troglodytes are actually going to lay claim to the scar that the death beam rent into the land. And so I mean the lizard folk were kind of rocking out samurai. They probably had a Japanese style or Asiatic language,
Yeah,
right?
we said Mongols, right? Like that's how I always
Mongols?
looked at them, like Mongols. So I'm thinking maybe these troglodytes are they like their combat engineers, like they're sappers, like the ones they sent in to like destroy fortifications and shit like that. Shit the Mongols actually had. They used to take the Chinese and turn them into their like bombardiers and shit. They're sappers when they took castles. I think it's interesting, dude. Like if we make them like a set
I
rep,
think they're a mixture of like sappers and harriers. Like they do traps, field traps, pit
yeah,
traps.
like a combat engineer, like in
Yeah, like a combat engineer.
pretty cool, man.
All right, John.
Yeah.
You're the anchor
And
this time. What are you going to do?
as far as a language, I'm gonna say that they're following a Japanese stylized language.
Okay, quick question. The Hawkman avatar obviously is gone. I'm thinking about making an avatar for the Hawkmen with their
Okay.
newfound, I guess, protection of this
The
old
Pale Gate.
thing. Yeah, the Pale Gate, the Salmon creation. I was thinking though that kind of gives this idea of a, and you said earlier amorphous and mixed, but I want to kind of go in the same vein as the anthropomorphs that Sonopuki did. So what I thinking is something who wants to create stability in the era after all this tumult. And so I'm gonna create a Hawkman avatar.
We did the
And
Portuguese, didn't we?
Is that what that was
Yeah,
in
they were
that world?
Portuguese before.
Yeah. Do anyone know what Portuguese for sentinel is? That's the kind of
Google
vibe
that.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. When in doubt, get the googs.
Centenalia?
Centinalia. Yeah. So that's actually a decent name, though. I'll take that.
So, hold on, how do you,
But we're gonna change it to Nalia, giving it like a namey vibe. Centinalia.
okay. Okay, spell that for me.
Sentinelia.
Okay.
Now, since they kind of mixed or whatever, we were talking about like so they could protect the gate. Is he like can you breathe both air and water? Is he amphibious?
Well, see, that's what I wonder about, like the whole time when we said they were amorphous. I thought originally they were just taking over the scent, and then we talked about how like they kind of because of the reality thing, but then what do you
I like the
think
idea of them
of
merging,
like
dude. It'd be cool if they were like pink, like their feathers were pink and shit, like the salmon were pink. They could breathe both air and water.
so fuse them all?
That'd be
You don't like
interesting.
create a sub race
Kinda, I
of
guess you could make
amorphous
a sub-race.
ones.
Eventually, it'd have to be a sub race.
What about this? What about like a hierarchy in their actual like society based on the amount of salmon amorphous genetics are in them?
Like heritage, like how much salmon heritage is in their body.
Yeah, and I don't know if that salmon is a plus or a minus. Like they might be like, no, you're not like
Well, it
full
would definitely be a plus,
third
right? 'Cause
person.
if we say if they have the heritage, they're amphibious, so they
Well,
can
yeah.
actually go into the water.
It's a
protect the gate.
benefit, but I mean,
Definitely.
their society might view it as something like less than. And so, like, the highest bird people are living in their bird perches with no ability.
With their pure blood.
Up in their
Yeah.
ivory bird cages.
Yeah.
Ivory bird cages.
I don't know. What do you
Down,
think?
man.
What do you think?
Down, man.
Or do you
Lowly fish
be
people.
better with the breathable ones being better, like in high society?
Well, I think it's just. I think at first they're not going to really know. It's going to kind of depend, like who gets more accolades, who's in more control. I mean,
Yeah, maybe the ones that are still birds are in control, right? And the way they control the gate is they train themselves to be able to do those deep dives into the water, like hold their breath longer. Like they do it through training. And then you have the ones that are amorphous or half, and they can just do it without it. So they cheat basically.
So we're gonna
they
say this
probably look
first
down on
guy
them.
is
Maybe is
what?
he pure or is he mixed?
I'm gonna say he's from the first world, or he's from that bloodline, and like he's the transition, and then I can throw another one up later and have a conflict.
Yeah, I like that idea. So he's the first like half, like he can breathe water basically.
Yeah,
He's a
but
full-on
I'm gonna say that he's one of the people that have dedicated entirely to it.
Ah,
All right, so he's
Okay.
from the old cast, and then we can bring up a.
So what's his main deal? He's just trying to bring stability to.
Yeah, he's trying to bring stability to what has occurred, which includes like figuring out what just happened, what will make it not happen again, even though these are answers he will never have.
Yeah.
What do you mean,
Uh,
magician? It's for people in another world?
Yeah.
How?
Exactly. All right. So we are going on to the next phase. We're going to command phase. Oh man, shoot! I was kind of typing. I should have been thinking. It seems to be an issue these days. All right. You can create. You have to create. You have to create orders in creation. So with order, you can have them build stuff, right?
Yeah, you can have a city or your order build stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, let's see. Let me look at the map real quick. I'm
You
sorry.
can also create armies too, I think. Yeah, you can form armies during this round also.
Let's see.
Join.
I think the Slaughter actually going to create an army. They've actually they're kind of rebounding. They're all this chaos and stuff's going on, and they're empowered by it. So I want to say that the Slaughter are actually they're gaining an army.
Okay.
All right, Hookster.
Okay, I'm gonna have the amorphic animals. They're gonna create an army too. Yeah. I don't know if I want them to specialize anything. I think it's just gonna be a basic army. They already have one protecting the city, so they're gonna create like their first ground force to go out and attack.
Yeah.
All right. Now remember that the anthropomorphs. I'm gonna throw some black squares down real quick. They built like a shield barrier around their island.
Yes. Well, especially if that freaking death beam went off, they were like, "Fuck that."
Yeah.
They were not amused.
And then I imagine
Can I
side of
take
that,
off my
it's
army
another
for this
smaller
round?
dome over the city.
Sure, what you got?
Instead of an army, they're gonna use that technology they have with the shield to create like personal generators for their existing army. So they have like a force fields they can take in the battle
All right.
around their body.
Create mobile force fields.
Yeah.
All right. Steve.
I think that the Anthros are actually going to throw a city up on this moon island right next to their shield barrier. Right here. And it is going to be the Proteus Reach. And it is a military naval port. It's where they will station armies to move out into other areas.
Nice. Yeah, since the tides have calmed down, like we're no longer dealing with tidal waves and all that all the time.
John?
I was actually going to have all right, this is command phase on orders. Do the Anthros actually have orders too?
The Anthros have the Proteus.
Right? Yeah,
the strip miners.
Okay.
They've been like terraforming, right? No, those
yes,
strip mining.
Terraforming.
Yeah, I want to see about like a frontier force, like retired army people that are now settling further and further away from the anthropomorphs. Like as they're the people trying to make the most out of the opportunity.
like a group who just want to be refugees and just want to live
No. Like people that were like retired soldiers who were like, well, now instead of kicking around here, I'm going to go over to this island and start a new thing, and I'm going to ship stuff back, and I'm going to make money off of it. And
like a merchant system,
what about like a foreign legion?
You kind of the beginnings of said thing, yeah. Or like I'm thinking of like little like beaver pelt traders, kind of.
Yeah, your frontiersmen.
Frontiers.
The East India Trading Company.
Yeah, kind of. Well, not.
Hell yeah, dude. That's how
the first part of
commerce.
That, like the first step.
It is commerce.
India Trading Company. Yeah.
Yeah. So why don't you just call them? I don't know. What can we call them? They're not rangers. Well, they're kind of like rangers, actually.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, they're not like merchants. They're more like rangers, with merchants backing them.
But they're also like anthropomorphic and also like cybernetic. Jeez, there's a lot of names you could go with there.
You could take the whole terraforming idea. That's kind of what you do when you terraform. You change things.
It's true. Yeah.
But how would I run that through a command or a command to order?
Create order.
But I mean, if you want to create an order this round, I don't have a problem with that. I think if you can create an army,
do it in the event.
I don't either. No, during the command phase.
Because really, what you're doing is you're creating a specialized army, which would basically be in order.
Yeah. Yeah, because in this case, it's technically. In fact, I could just mark it as basically create army, specialized army.
Specialized army. So you're making a bunch of troopers that this is their specific job.
Okay, so there we go. So it'd be a command city to create a specialized frontier army.
I was thinking you could call them something cheesy like the Minutemen. I mean, but that's way too, that's kind of what they are too, right?
They don't call themselves animals.
What do the British call themselves? The British Expeditionary Force, the BEF.
The animal.
That's what Britain did, like right before World War II.
The BAMF. We're just calling ourselves the BAMF.
The Amorphic Animal Expedition Force. AF.
I don't think the Anthropomorphs have a real name for their civilization yet. We never really came up with it. So far, the only thing they have named is an order, which is the Proteus.
I got the name, dude. It's
Demon Bear.
Bow.
And Demon Bear.
Demon Bear.
That was like a minus. That was like 2 points of damage to comedy.
Yeah. Roll a d4 for me, John, and I just did 2 points damage to comedy. I did critical hit like John did last week.
John hit it. John got the D10 treatment.
So what did John throw down exactly?
All right, so we have he did Command City, create specialized army of anthropomorphs, but we don't have a name for this group. So we actually probably don't need them, do we? But I want to put frontiersmen. Does that make sense right now? Yeah, under notes.
That's basically what it is. Expeditioners.
Expeditioners, we'll do that.
There's all kinds of...
Expedition team.
We gave a name to the other army. You called them dragoons, right? The ones that protect the walls.
They're the dragoons.
So they have a couple names. Not a lot though. They definitely haven't named a city.
Yeah.
And that's like the Slod have the infiltrators and the Dark Amazons.
I was going to create an order for them too. I was going to create that order of the mutant we talked about. I'm going to do that next time.
Okay, so Conquest.
Let's see. I'm going to need to start beefing up some armies because I think that makes a lot of sense right now because of everything that just happened. People are like legit freaking out. So I think the Meerkat folk, under the dual guidance of Sir and Ezra's, are going to form a army. But this army they're going to build like an undead army that's going to basically fall just under the Liches, basically. Because the sun worshippers realize they need someone to protect them at night when they're sleeping.
Okay. Spooky.
The Amorphous are going to create a navy, is primarily consists of the prawn folk that they brought over. They're gonna use them whenever cybernetics they've crafted to them to kind of make their own navy. So like any ships they design, they're all gonna have like weird shrimp designs and shit. They're all gonna be, like,
the
like,
troglodytes.
probably based on whatever the prawn folk did before.
Submersibles, yeah.
Yeah, like U-boats and shit, prawn boats,
Yeah.
shrimp boats. Oh, roll at D4, 3 more damage for comedy.
The troglodytes
More
are going
damage
to
to comedy.
form.
Fucking kill comedy tonight.
The troglodytes are going to form an army of combat engineers.
There you go.
All right, John.
Okay. Conquest also has army creation in it. Did
Yep,
not notice that.
we added that because we were running out of things to do in it.
Okay.
And, you know, once you got a lot of people going around, being able to create more than one fucking army is not a bad idea.
Well, I'm wondering about two things. I'm thinking about maybe army for the Hawkmen, but I'm also thinking about actually. So when we have claiming, like any lands not yet claimed by civilization, it is really hard to speak. I can hear myself. Can have a claim set upon them during this phase. When we say that, does that mean that the civilization on its own, without like smaller cities, et cetera, begin to move out in that claimed area, or is it just they say they own it, or
like colonialism, right? Like
yeah, it's like
take it over.
stealth
Yeah.
will take over, right?
And you could even go to like somebody else's land and claim it, but then during the event phase or during the resolution phase is when you would determine what happens when from that action. You know what I mean? So yeah, you could just pretty much go wherever you want, I guess, and say that they're laying claim there.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean there won't be consequences for it, but
We said that this nice little haven here was kind of hidden away inside of all of the
yep.
mountain range.
Remember,
I'm
we
going to
had
say
the
that
thing,
the
this thing moves.
What?
This thing moves itself, even though the belt moved. This moved in like a circle.
a circle. Yeah, I'm going to say that the expeditionary forces and things that they've been exploring and looking for, they've found this and they are staking a claim on it, and people are starting to move out there and stuff.
So who is this doing this?
The
Yeah,
Antimos.
Antimors again.
All right.
Very busy this
Yeah, they're busy
250
as hell,
years.
dude. Demon Bears got them moving, bro. Take over this world.
When your boss got a chainsaw.
Hey,
Yeah, and a Gatling gun.
John, can you verify that Pookie's coming through? Because someone texted me and said they couldn't hear Pookie.
Am I too low?
I don't know. I'm just.
We didn't check levels before we started, did we?
Yeah, on a new system change. That's probably what it was.
Yep.
But the only way I'm going to bring Joey up, unless Joey brings himself up, is by bringing everybody up.
Here, let me bring myself up.
Okay, well, that was me. Back to Steve.
Is that better?
All right.
You're coming in
Following the conquest phase, we jump into
How about now?
events.
You
About
are.
the same was what Steve was just given.
We're doing events, yeah. Yeah. I hear you loud and clear, Joey. Sorry. Pookie! Da!
Doxing
Man.
me, dude.
Gonna get him
Just
killed.
talk to you left and right.
Joey's not my real name either.
I know. Sorry.
Hey, that's
All right.
convenient.
Layers of protection.
So we are.
Yo,
in
excuse me,
the-
I have to go burn a few hard drives. I'm just kidding. It was a joke.
What
Okay.
I meant is a couple hundred hard drives. Okay.
So-
Whoa!
So we are in the events phase.
Whoa!
Comedy just regained 1d8 hit points.
Jesus, yeah.
The fucking
10 hit points.
Events.
Event.
Events, all right. All right. So,
Actually, before you start, because of the new levels, is there any way you can turn yourself down a little bit, Corinth?
sure. I can absolutely do that.
John, can you make a hit point counter like in the corner that says comedy? I'm serious about
I
it.
could-
I think it would be funny as shit.
I can get one going, maybe.
How am I coming in
Every
now? Is
podcast.
that a lot better?
Oh, that's a bit too
That's
low
so
now.
low, dude.
Too low now. Went too far.
What about here?
Better.
Good.
You
I can.
went
Yep.
too far.
Too far.
Yep, there we go. That's good. That's good.
All
That's good.
right. Sorry about that, guys. We're as you can see, some of our stuff's like changing, and we're got some lighting going on. I've got a headset finally, so that's nice. So we're working this out slowly but surely. From contributions from people like you. Not really. We're doing this shit on our own.
Yeah, that's like what?
What?
We're getting paid for this?
Looking at a broke December.
What's happening?
Oh shit! I shouldn't have said anything. All right. So for an event over at the top of the mountain of where the acidic lake is at. Let me go ahead and mark this. If I can ever get all my shit over here. I got too many damn things I've been out to myself. No, not that one. The acidic lake. Where our Scar Elves and everyone else are at now. Over here. Yes.
That's where I was. I'm confused. I was just
sorry, someone else clicked over at the forest thing. That confused me.
Okay. I was like, that's where the cam was.
Yeah. All right. At the very top of this mountain, the Garrix city of Prox is going to appear as a rift and basically be suspended by telekinesis at the top of this mountain. So we have a city that was just brought in from the other world through some kind of gateway. Let's see if I can find a decent color for this damn thing. I'll do that one. And y'all can go ahead and go. I'm just going to put in some text real quick.
What's on that island to the top left? With the blue dot. Not the one with the red. That's the sunspot.
The blue dots are the moon
Yeah.
islands.
Oh, okay. So that's the sunspot and the moon.
Mm-hmm.
And the moon. And
All right, Pookie.
So over this first 100 years, Garrix has wandered this new realm he's in, and he's been attempting to enter in the minds of all the things that live here, but there's this pesky interference that he can't quite figure out, emanating from this section over here where the Amphimorphs are. Something they've built has prevented him from being able to enter the minds of things psionically, so he instead goes into the sea. There he finds all of these monsters roaming the sea, and he awakens their minds.
Ooh.
So the kaiju are now sentient.
how sentient we talking?
How sentient are we
like the
talking?
spell,
Like dolphin
like the spell,
sentient?
like the spell awaken. So I think they have like intelligence 10, right?
Yeah, like
Pretty sure it's what it does.
like human sentient.
So they'll
Human.
start using tools.
Oh, they can use tools, yeah. Form alliances, armies, battle plans, terrorist attacks.
He reawakens. No, wait. He reawakens the salmon intelligence within the kaiju.
Essentially, yeah. Yeah, he awakens them.
Oh, that's dope. So they suddenly become like 10 times more passive too, because they have a rational thought now too.
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
Unless they're
compared to
overwhelmed by the kaiju's
raw
emotions.
monsters.
They remember their whole race being destroyed.
Yeah.
They remember being subjugated, hunted down for their kaiju hearts.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's a diaspora there because the same people that hunted you down are the people that you are. Like you're part person that hunted you and part person that was hunted.
John's gonna make me pull out a fucking dictionary because I've never heard the word diaspora in my entire life. Like I've heard a diant word, but we don't talk about that shit.
Keywords there at the end.
Roll a d4, dude. Deal your damage to comedy.
That was only a D4 for him? Bro.
Yeah, man.
I'm-
Damn, he's going light.
Hey,
Diaspora.
out of curiosity, Corinth, can you do me a
Sorry.
favor? Could you
Yeah.
throw me a D4 real quick?
Oh shit. Am I really doing damage to comedy?
No, you're rolling a D4 for me.
That's
I can't decide where I want this to happen, so I just need you to roll me a D4. Okay, 1.
Uno.
All right. So essentially, I just turned the map into 4 quadrants for myself. and the top left side of the map that includes the Acid Lake, the city of the Garrix, pretty much. I'm gonna grab the little
halls of
ruler tool here.
Leipzig?
Pretty much, yeah, that entire quadrant gets massively bombarded by meteors from the meteor storms. And we actually are losing the connection with one of the moon islands as whatever's been crashing into the world actually smashed through one of the moons, sending massive chunks of moon as the meteor shower down on that quadrant.
Like a apocalypse.
God damn, that's terrible. Yeah. So y'all keep talking. I'm just typing real quick.
Is that me now?
And I'm going to say it takes out this
Resolution?
this right here, this moon island connection, so it loses its moon-based energies. That means
that's
that the new
sucks.
Garrick city is likely getting pummeled some. Like that entire area is getting pummeled by chunks of moon, and we'll talk about that in the resolution phase. John.
Okay. I had something, but now my mind's all balls.
It would figure that's where your mind goes.
straight
Yeah,
testicles.
balls. The pain in them.
Bowling balls, basketballs,
Okay, well,
pinballs.
Hairy man balls,
I don't know what this is gonna mean,
shaved man balls.
but
It's like Bubba Shrimp balls. It's
when
like, what are we talking about here?
Black man balls. Only the best here at
we good
PC.
now?
Okay, we're
Okay.
good. Go ahead.
So when the moon base gets taken out, what I'm gonna say is, and I don't know what this means. We'll figure it out during the resolution, I guess. All of the other
John's got something
islands,
good.
including the island that Proteus Reach is built on, begin to alternate in power level. Like instead of like some will get, because we're literally saying there was like a crystal,
Yeah.
like like an energy, like a ley energy built into the. Yeah, so we're gonna say that power is massively fluctuating across all the islands now as it's doing something.
Nice. That's great.
All right, so some interesting things happening there.
All right, D12, right?
Oh crap, we're not on resolution yet. We're on avatars. My bad. My bad. I'm jumping the gun. Yeah. Avatars, D12. You got a 1. All right, the weave is doing.
Oh no, I haven't rolled yet. That was previous one.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
How many are there?
It's only 4, I think.
4 of
Only
them.
4. So
All right.
weave.
Hey, the
No,
weave
there's
is building
more.
a.
There's 5, right? I made one.
Oh.
John made one.
You did make Demon Bear.
There's 6. I forgot to add Demon Bear and Centinalia to the list.
All right, what did you roll, D?
8.
All right. You have the weave, and the weave is building a base of operations.
Oh, for the love of God.
It's like his third one.
Jesus. Yeah. He is actually going to build because God, Jesus, he's so tired of that bullshit over there happening. He is actually going to build a base of operations. What the hell is door?
It's the Dragon Temple.
Okay.
Gave it a Japanese stylized name.
Okay, I was like, what the hell is Dragon Tempuru? Okay. Thank you.
I don't know. You literally just said the words. It sounded like Dragon Temple, just not.
It did. I was just like, what the hell is that? All right. So he's going to build a new base of operation in between the Dragon Temple and where the troglodytes are at. And he's going to build it kind of right off the coast. And I need a name. Shit, I need a name. I need like a random name generator. That's what I need.
Kyoto.
Let's see. He's going to totally call it Salt Marsh. Because why
What's the
not?
Japanese for salt marsh? Look at
Oh,
it.
wait.
Google
I
Maps.
know.
Shio-si Shitchi.
Shit cheated.
Yeah. Shit, cheated. All right.
I'm sure I said it horribly, but I'll
Fine,
put it
I
in
like
chat.
shit cheat, dude.
Spell out the shit cheat part for me, please.
I just put it in chat on
Hey.
Roll20.
Shit chi, the
Okay.
birthplace of the taint. Get it? Because it's bad chi. It's shit chi.
Oh my god.
I'll just roll my
You know
D4
what?
now and get over with.
I'll just roll my D4. Oh, good lord. That's great.
Oh, is it my turn?
bad.
You
Yeah.
have Sir, the Keeper of the Sun.
Which one's
And
that?
you got a 9. Sir is going through a personal calamity.
His personal calamity is Ezra showed the fuck up, and now he's like, "Oh fuck me."
Yeah, Ezra's
Doesn't
makes a
even know it.
play. Ezra's makes a play immediately and jumps from the body of the Murkazin into Sir's body.
Oh
That's
shit.
Fuck's personal calamity. Shit.
So Sir is not gone, but now he's trapped in the crystal along with the other 3 people now that Ezra's has taken over. We have to write
Oh
those
my
down
God.
too in case they're going to come back sometime because they're technically
Oh
not
my-
dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I know one is like Zykids and the other one is
Zykids.
Shit.
There was another one, dude. Fuck, I can't remember now. Oh well.
All right.
Lost forever.
Rend is creating a subrace. Well, the dragons didn't really come out of this thing too bad off, did they?
No.
No,
But she's not insectile, I don't think. Is she
Yeah, she's
insectile
not.
like everyone else
No.
is or not?
just the rest of the dragons are.
To me, why doesn't she like
How-
start making chromatic and
Yeah,
How,
because
how
they're dragons.
does how does Rend feel about the situation with the dragons?
well, I mean,
I mean, she's the keeper of the game now, so she got that out of it.
Do you think
Yeah.
she's separated herself from prior
Maybe,
dragon?
yeah, maybe she feels above all of it now, like because she's the keeper of the game too. So she feels like she's above everything now. Like she's the one above all. Like she's
like her
the
shit
only-
does not stink.
Yeah, she's the only perfect thing that she views as the only perfect thing left from the world before.
Maybe she.
She had the ability to imbue power into the lizard folk before,
Yep.
and she probably still has some connection with the lizard folk.
What with Weave?
Maybe not as tight. Yeah, she made a deal with Weave to take out the disc and everything. But you're right. She probably does feel superiority, an aboveness. So instead of imparting her power into a sentient race, she's going to petition the Anthros to give her some essentially automatons that she will impart small portions of her power into, creating essentially the Warforged. To protect the hall and to
Like-
essentially tend to her needs.
Like draconic versions of them, though.
Yeah,
Like-
draconic, like half dragon, like they look like half dragon versions of other races.
Like they kept, how how the Warforged had different types before they put them in the RVC. How like they had
Yeah.
Juggernaut, Envoy.
Yeah.
Like maybe different dragons do different things. Maybe she has
Oh,
like
yeah.
Cold-Blooded versions that are like servants or like mechanics and shit, and then she has like, 2-headed ones that fucking
You know what?
guardsmen.
Let's just go with she makes mechanical kobolds.
Okay, I mean,
Nice.
I dig mechanical dragons.
No.
Large
It's
size.
it's the first step.
The first thing she makes
She's-
is the kobolds. Yes, I like it, Steve. Because they can
gotcha.
build the rest, right? They're like
Yeah.
her gnomes, her tinker gnomes. And shit.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Good idea.
I like that. Yeah.
Mechanical but sentient.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
warforged. Yeah.
Because mechanical sentient warforged kobolds. Holy shit! All right.
Now, when she creates them, does she like I'm your god? I can turn you off. I turn you
Oh, I'm
off.
sure they worship the shit out of
For
her.
sure, dude.
That's what she
So,
wants.
See, that's the thing.
She
She's always
wants
been worshipped.
godhood.
Too. Always been worshipped, right?
Yeah.
Up until all this shit happened, and now she's by herself. So it all makes sense. It's a good play because it's something she would probably do.
Oh yeah.
I just like that she's the keeper of that game, dude. Forgot about the game.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the Anthromorphs kind of went, command and conquer this round.
All right,
So-
John, you're rolling for Ezra's. You got a 12. He's doing a path to ascension.
Well, I guess he did that already.
Well,
taking over
that would do it.
sir. See, dude, the RNG befuddles me because it always fucking happens.
Yeah.
every
We'll
time.
know exactly how the
Literally.
resolution for that is about to play out.
It's crazy because it's all RNG. We didn't plan any of it. It's all real rolls.
Also, like
Yeah.
on the history line here of most badass things done, Ezra's is really just lining them
He's
up.
so far ahead, dude. Like
Yeah.
he's the Vecna of our little world, right?
He is.
Yeah,
He is.
he- He might be.
Hey,
And it was
I
all
think
started off
it's-
as a whim, dude, because of the
yeah.
slad. Like,
I
wasn't
think it's
planned.
time that we're honest with the crowd. None of this is RNG. We actually pre-recorded this 2 weeks ago,
this is
and
all-
now we're just making the rolls look fake. It's all scripted.
It's all written, dude.
Totally
all written down.
well, it all puts
And
together.
John's the
Could be.
mastermind. He acts like
John
he knows what
is
he's
the
doing.
best.
It's a fucking
And
demon,
he-
bro.
Oh, thank
We
you.
just
Yeah.
follow his cue.
And he purposely fucks up the latency of our videos to make it look more real. Like I like
You
that.
see, that's why if you guys notice, the
Someone
latency
call him
fucked up
incompetent, but
right
really
as
he's
he
just a genius.
said. The latency fucked up.
His
That was
incompetence is
amazing.
genius. 200 IQ, baby.
200 IQ. All right. Oh shit! I gotta roll. Okay, hold on.
Now I want a meme of John going,
You got to roll, buddy.
I gotta roll. Who am I rolling for?
Demon Bear.
Demon Bear, dude.
Oh, let's see.
Personal calamity.
No, Demon Bear is going to find a
Again, look at
natural
that.
wonder,
Look how
an
that lines
ancient
up
ruin,
with
or
what they
a
just did on the
legendary
turn.
dungeon.
Oh.
Remember, I had him explore that island down there that rotates on its own.
While exploring, okay, yeah, he was exploring that island that rotates on its own. Yeah,
RNG,
yeah, he
dude,
needs
it's
to.
so weird, dude.
Yeah, he needs to find something with that. Oh goodness. I'm thinking something like lock clock based. Maybe he finds
Like the other piece of that
kind of like the
timepiece?
sundial. Yeah,
Yeah.
like how the sundial affected the whole belt. This particular wonder affects the spinning of this one particular area. This is another piece of the puzzle
So it's like
that locks the thing inside.
like a separate diode, like on a clock, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it's like a separate. Yeah, it's like a separate
Another
kind of
setting.
clock. Like, it's another lock.
so something else is locked away? Dude, I like that. There's something else in there inside this section of it.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So this has become like, to me, it's almost like a prison plane. So yeah, Demon Bear finds
It's Dragoon Loftia.
Dragon.
All right. So that brings us to Centenalia, the Hawkman avatar, son of Pookie. And Centenalia is going to create, find, steal, or recover a wonder. Could be anything from a legendary item to a legendary location, a legendary.
Okay. While he's exploring the Pale Gate, he finds this set of levers, and after he presses them, it gives him control over the Pale Gate, and he's actually able to raise the Pale Gate higher in the air. So now the Pale Gate goes into the ocean and up hundreds of feet into the air.
No.
So now it's like a giant blue steel wall.
Was it Centennialian or Centennialia?
Whichever one you currently think sounds better.
Centennialian. Okay.
Way to keep him in the dark, John. None of this is written. Good job, bro.
How high above the sea does it raise it?
Said 200 feet, right?
No, let's say 500 feet.
Holy
shit.
shit.
So it's like a 500 feet up and like 2,000 feet down. So it's a huge, gigantic wall now. Now the question is, what built the mechanism, because it wasn't there before. Resolution phase.
I like how we're just like, we just make shit up and we're like, oh, we'll just figure that out in the resolution phase.
And it does. Because imagination land.
I'm using the most powerful tool of all, imagination.
Imagination.
All right. Well, since we're talking about the resolution phase where we have to, talk about stuff and things that happen to be in stuff.
That was the last Avatar?
Yeah, that was the
Yes.
last Avatar.
Dope.
And he's not even an airbender.
Okay. Where's the
Roll
D8?
your
That's not a
D4, dude.
D4. That's
No,
not a
it's-
D4.
You're right.
That's
That's
not a
a
D4.
D6 for sure.
That's a
like
D6.
D6.
Yeah, you just
D6.
You
upgrade.
didn't even say like
I
the good
mean-
airbender. You just said Avatar.
I'm trying. I mean,
Sorry.
I do what I can with what I
I
got.
know. They can't all be winners, folks, right?
They can't all be winners. If you
Yeah,
throw
well,
enough bullshit out there, eventually it's decent.
Tonight's going to be a carpet
What do you-
bombing. Just be prepared.
Yeah, but
What
you
are
also
you
have a
rolling
room full
for?
of bullshit too.
Oh, I
did
just
you
wanted to
roll my
see how much
D6?
damage you actually did do to the comedy
You gotta have
there.
the counter next week, John. You gotta work on the hit point counter, dude.
Okay.
Comedy starts with 100 hit points.
Do we kill comedy before it's
If
over?
we kill comedy, it's a bad session.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh man.
Resolution. I have an idea for the moon that exploded and shot down to the plane.
Let's start with the moon.
I'm gonna say that wherever one of these moons, like these moon pieces, have embedded in the land, it creates like this sphere of twilight. So it's not darkness, but it's like darkness. Within a radius of wherever these things are, it becomes semi-dark permanently.
Like even in broad daylight, it's
Yeah, even
always
in broad
shadow.
daylight.
Now,
There's
are you
always
saying
shadow.
this is how they were this whole time, or are you saying this
No.
is a new development?
Yeah, it happened because of this moon exploding and
Those
shooting down to the planet.
pieces. Yeah, are we talking about the moon islands or like the actual moon pieces?
Yeah.
Moon pieces themselves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
But I
thought
like
you
the
were talking
idea
about
how you
moon
said like the moon stuff started fluctuating.
Yeah.
But now it's kind of affecting these pieces too. So these pieces are now creating this darkness. Or I don't want to say darkness, twilight's better, right? Because darkness is
Yeah.
too.
And they're all over this top.
Yeah,
left
wherever it is. I don't
section
know how big the radius would be. I'd say probably pretty big, right? Maybe like a half-mile radius or something. Like a big, like it's
of these
noticeable.
twilight rocks.
So you can't just go cover up the rock. Like you got to figure out.
What do y'all think caused the moon to explode?
Well,
Well, I
Did
mean,
whatever's actually showering down on the world rip through the moon?
I was going to say.
I would think so. It has to be like a giant meteor.
Well, I was going to say, like, depending on the moon's side compared to their planet, and me being the least into the fantasy of all of this, like, it could shave a section of the moon, creating, like, new satellites for the moon, like mini moons. And some of those things that were too small to be held on kept
Or
expelling.
like a belt, John, maybe like a small asteroid belt or something.
Yeah, like
is now
around the moon, and then like there's not a lot of ejecta, because if there's a lot of ejecta, that would be another catastrophic
It would be like a
event.
catastrophe.
Yeah, there'd be like
Yeah.
8
What if
races
we-
dead.
So-
What if we link it directly to the city appearing on top of the mountain? So like every time something comes from the other world, something bad happens here to kind of replicate it, or to do like a yin yang effect to it, like we did before.
That's kind of it, because of like the kind of concept of balance. And
Balance, right.
yeah, we could do something like that.
Ooh,
Because I was also going to say, if something that big took out a moon or shaved off part of the moon, then hopefully that moon hitting the moon deflected it
yeah,
from hitting the actual realm. Because
I
that
like
would
the
make
idea of it
even
being
more
whenever we
weird.
make a change now to the fabric of reality, it has a consequence.
I
the
I
realm.
do.
yeah. So
Oh God.
the moon literally just
It
Dropped.
corrected itself. Yeah, basically
cracked.
the city.
Like, it cracked.
Well, there you go. A piece of the
Do
city
we want the
came off the
entire
moon.
moon to have fallen or not?
No, I like
Do
the
you want the
idea of
entire
some of
like
that.
what?
Like I'd say like a third of the moon got shattered off. There's still a good chunk of that moon in the night sky.
Yeah. So what if
Yeah.
it just cracks and like I said, a lot of it stays there because that gives us a lot more meteorites in the future, meteorites in different
Yeah, I like the
ages.
idea of like
Oh,
that
yeah.
asteroid belt, like an asteroid belt, dude, or a moon belt. Like,
Yeah, that created
where
Yeah.
it was.
I do like that too.
So when we get into the space age, around age 15, then they can kind of
Age
explore
15.
the fucking moon belt. I also forgot.
5
Oh, yeah,
years later,
bad
I
time.
thought they were
We
going
did-
to do microscope.
Steve, do you remember which island we crashed the Predator spaceship on? Because I
Yes.
did that, and we haven't talked about that at all.
Yes, I do.
Well, then we had a catastrophe. So
True about that. No.
You're if you're looking at the map, you know the island that has the rising and lowering sea
Yes.
situation. You picked this island right here because of the trees.
Okay.
oh yeah.
And there's what crash there?
A Predator ship.
Yuncha ship.
A
We should mark that
weird
with
a
something.
weird alien spell jammer.
Spelljammer, yeah.
But in published materials, we will just call it a spaceship because Spelljammer is not okay.
It's a
There.
what's another name for a spell?
Oh, shit, my
It's,
bad.
It's a magic. What's
It's a
another name for
cantrip jammer.
jammer? Like no.
It's a
What's
cantrip
another name for
jammer.
jammer?
Cantrip jammer.
What's another name for jammer?
Skipper. Skipper.
What?
Skipper, skiff.
Skiff.
No.
Skiff.
I don't mean ship. I meant. Wait, is the jammer a type of ship like in real world?
Oh my god, yes, a Spelljammer is a flying ship that
No,
goes
I know what a
between planes.
spell
No,
jammer is. I'm
means is
saying
it a real
another
ship?
word for
In
jammer,
IRL.
as in jam, like to jam a door or to
Oh, so
jam
it's a cantrip jellier. Got it.
Yeah, there we go. That's what I was trying to reach for the comedy.
I don't
of.
care, dude. I'm not taking off hit points for that. I deserve something for that.
Yeah, no. I like that. Was I had to figure out a word for it.
Like cantrip, canned grape smash? Like, what do you want? Like, I don't know.
Dude,
Uh,
Like, what's another word for jam? I
It's
like
a
delicious
cantrip
sugar
stubber.
melted,
It's
A
peanut
cantrip
butter
stubber.
and jelly mixed together in one can.
peanut butter and jelly mixed
Revolutionary.
together.
A magic stubber.
Magic stubber.
Apparently
Oh,
some people call
Anybody
ship
res?
windjammers.
Anybody got a
so-
res?
Windjammers, I like that.
No one got a res?
We got more events, right? Who's
All right.
next?
oh yeah. Yeah, we have a
So
lot going
I
on.
know
there.
out of curiosity, I still think
More
there's a couple
resolution.
things we need to touch on with the moon.
We need to talk about the whole Ezra's and Sir shit going on right now.
Also, I was gonna say earlier before, with the moon stuff, the islands, when you were saying they were fluctuating, I would like to see if that could be tied in to the lock as well, and something that might be occurring with the island and how it now changes. Like there is this, like it's a part of like the power grid for the lock, or who knows? Like I mean, we can keep it vague.
Like, to me, if you're going to make like something so powerful that you're going to keep something locked in, like making a multi-stage fail-safe lock system sounds like the best idea. Like, you've got the belt moving, you've got the spinning island, you've got the moon isles, like the gods and proto-dragons were the hell they were like, we need to keep whatever's in this fucking thing locked the fuck down. And we need more than one fucking thing, because holy shit, that's going to fail. It always does.
What if it's a fail?
And the islands
But-
are like the powering system,
What if they're
like
a fail
using
safe
the
to
moon and the sun.
a fail safe to ensure that whatever's inside doesn't get out, or if it does get out, that
Exactly.
it's destroyed, like little
Possibly.
nukes like embedded in the world. So in case the lock opens, the final lock opens and they go off.
So the response to the island being destroyed, though, and this new fluctuation is then effect on the island or on the midbar, like shit's starting to get fucked up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something's going on. Like either they're failing or something else happened that we haven't discussed yet. That's opening.
They're
the lock,
having
or
power
they're-
surges of some
power
sort.
surges. I like the idea of them being part of the lock, but it would be cool if they were like the final solution to the lock. Like if shit goes all wrong, it just melts the world down, or whatever, transports it to another reality.
Traps it again
Traps it
inside of
again.
another vortex, like restarts the cert. You know,
Start the Rick and Morty of it all, where it's just a dimension inside of a dimension inside of a dimension inside of a dimension.
just sounds like work with more steps.
Oh, sounds painful.
Out of curiosity, are we going to have any of the chunks of moon actually hit procs?
Well, Prox is like surrounded by telekinesis. Like they use telekinesis to hold everything up. I don't know how that would affect them. You know, I don't know how that would even work.
I got an idea.
Or just wait. Well, go ahead. Yeah, I'm down with it.
This doesn't have to do with procs directly, but just up here, like let's say a portion of the old area, which is separate lake stuffs, petrified trees. A chunk large enough hits there that it creates a divot. It allows the acids to repool themselves, but also the chunk causes twilight. So now there's a dark acid pool surrounded by dark twilight in a section where that lake used to be.
Maybe
So,
that's
like,
what
just
John. Maybe
with-
that's what gives the sand its magical. Remember we talked we're going to make it like spice. Maybe this instance what creates the spice or like makes it a fuel or something else. Like maybe all the stuff around it also gets affected by the acid. Like it changes it chemically. So it's some kind
I
of.
could s-
I think the idea of it being fuel, dude. Like for spaceships.
Yeah,
How about sentient fuel?
that could be.
Yeah.
Like
fuel
it
that's alive and
as a
shit.
full blob, it is
For-
brought its sentience together, but it's also fuel.
This
So
is,
fuel that
that's
can
like
raise
one
its own
step off
value.
from like Farscape. Like that's one step away from Farscape in like sentient
really?
living ships. Yes.
I mean, it's interesting.
How are the
Like-
Scar elves affected by the happening?
Well, I don't think they die, so
I mean-
they have to adapt, right? So
They're hard. I mean, clearly they live in a petrified forest. They're not some fuck around elves. They're
surrounded by acid.
They definitely get dark sight.
They already have it, right?
well,
You notice
the
it.
ones who live in that area, if they do, but like a lot of them, we haven't fully established how big that whole area is. This petrified forest. I don't think it's clearly the entire lake, but there's definitely going to be some. I'd like to see it, especially around that mountain, have a big petrified forest.
What if we do something with them where they get a special sight, like John was saying, like you know how like Devil Sight gives you can see through any darkness.
Yeah, like
other
blind sight,
people-
basically.
Yeah, maybe other people can't see
Maybe
through the
they
twilight, but they
get-
can.
Twilight sight.
Or
While they're inside of Twilight, they have like life sense.
That's a cool one.
how about this? Just real quick. Okay, so I'm not good with balancing, so I don't know if this works for race. But that Twilight thing helps them now. If this race happens to survive as a playable race later, what if it was something more like instead of being able to see through all types of magic, they can see through any type of magic that causes a darkness of any sort. So if it's a darkness causing magic or a blind causing magic or something to that effect, they can see through it.
Yeah,
But if it's like an
So I think
augur,
they would
or-
obscure vision.
but only if it's magic. I like
no,
that. So,
like say if it's a fake illusion, they can't see through it. It's if it's trying to cause darkness and it's magic, their race is able to see through those things because they literally live through it.
It's like a
their whole life.
light sight, almost something like that.
I'm
well,
just
it's like
throwing it.
Devil Sight restricted only to magic.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
All right.
Not a bad idea.
I have another question. In the heart of the crater of the mountain that Prox is under, there is a natural wonder, the Healing Eye. Is it affected by the appearance of Prox or the crashing moon?
I like them to not be affected by anything. We haven't affected any of them so far by anything. I think they should be unaffected by all this stuff, personally. Like all the dragon parts.
Well,
Like,
we've
you
had
know-
one dragon part corrupted already by the sloth.
Corrupted. Yeah.
Corrupted, but it didn't get destroyed. So you
It was
want-
also like a chaos card, so that kind of corrupted everything itself. Like it was like on steroids. It basically it kind of gave the slots like the roids, you know.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know if it would be affected. I don't know. I don't know if their psionic energy would do anything to it, or vice versa.
It doesn't necessarily have to. I'm asking you all what you think.
It's highly magical, and there's high psionics. Are there any problems with that energy mixing? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, you can mix science and magic together.
Yeah, I didn't
That's-
think there
that's-
was.
It doesn't have to be one or the other.
There's going to be some kids born in the area that are like,
I
ready.
have an idea. What if you said the city is above it, right? Corinth.
Yes.
Is it floating above the mountain? Okay.
It's
On, like,
floating
a
above the
tip.
caldera, yeah, because technically it's a caldera, right?
Yeah, it's a giant. Yeah, it's a giant empty vault.
Because when the dragon came out, it's a caldera, right?
So
Yeah, he's
what if,
floating like in
what
the
if
caldera.
the psionic energy, the telekinesis that's holding up the city, starts pulling the essence of the dragon tear out, and that starts going into the salt flats and starts to heal some of the petrified trees. So some of those treant are starting to return to the world now because they're being healed by the essence of this dragon. So it's not all
Dude, I
petrified
like
forest
that.
anymore. It's like some actual trents are starting to form again. It's starting to become
That
an
is,
actual
I
forest.
think that's pretty badass.
Which trance were transferred? Which ones ended up being in the petrified forest in that world?
Weren't they the
Some
ones
of
that
both.
sacrificed themselves too, or some
Yeah,
that
it's the ones
burned
that
themselves out
sacrifice.
using magic?
Yeah, you could burn
the
yourself and use
the
that.
normal treants.
Yeah, the normal ones aren't affected by anything, or they weren't evil yet, or consumed by the mushrooms, by the mycnoids.
And then they made the sack and used it all the magic and turned petrified.
Yeah, you could do a lot with that.
As they
That
used
could be
magic,
helping
they petrified more.
that healing energy could be helping the Scar Elves too. I mean, maybe they start to develop as like a clerics or more druidic using healing magic. 'Cause there's a lot of healing just pouring out of this crater.
Yeah. Yeah. And who knows what I could do? I mean, honestly, it could restore some of the oozes back.
You could even do a whole thing where they call themselves the Scar Elves because they practice like ritual scarification. So like they martyr themselves when they heal. Like maybe they cut themselves to heal other people. You could do all kinds of cool shit with it.
You could, like blood magic.
Of it. Yeah, blood magic.
Yeah. Totally some kind of blood magic. All right, let's talk about our two favorite meerkat folk right now and what's going on with that.
Sir?
Because we've got Sir and Ezra's in the body of Sir.
On the body of his second in command that then takes over when the jump to Sir. That's going to be its own microscope, probably.
Yeah.
If we find it Sir
Resolution-wise.
interesting.
Wow. That's a D2.
Because he's not dead, right? He's just calamityed. So he's still alive. He's still inside the crystal.
So the question I have is
Sir actually comes back, should in theory come back into play in the next round.
Yeah, I think he
because of his phylactery, right?
I think he ends up pushing. Yeah, I think he pushes Ezra's back into his phylactery.
Yeah.
What was Ezra's the one that rolled
maybe
personal
Ezra's
calamity? I thought Ezra's
No,
rolled
Sir
ascension.
So here's my pitch, right? So the calamity was for Sir. Ezra took his body. Sir went to the crystal. When Ezra gets pulled back into the crystal, his ascension is he realizes he's no longer bound to the crystal. So now he's a full-on demi-lich. So now he can move around. He can do everything from the crystal without needing a body. So he is like the crystal now. Does that make sense? Like,
what does that do to the relation?
Go ahead.
What does that do to the relationship between Sir and Ezra's? Because up until this point, we had said that the two were aligned.
I don't know. I mean, Sir.
Honestly, once Ezra's realizes he no longer needs a body, he may actually say, "Hey, he may say that's my bad" or something like that. But let's continue on with this power, what we have going on. Because once Ezra realizes he doesn't need a body anymore, there's no fear of him jumping back into Sir again. That's just my thoughts.
What if he has control of Sir now? So when he went to Sir's body, he destroyed Sir's phylactery before he went back in the crystal. So now he is the thing. He like the crystal is now the phylactery for Sir too. Sir has to do what he says, because if not, he'll just banish him from the phylactery.
Yeah, he's like got control. He's part of Sir's
Sir has his own actions, but now he's his bitch kind of. Like he's his boy now, or bitch, or whatever you want.
Because if not, it's like at any moment I have the power to both kill you and I have the power to make sure that your phylactery's dead.
Yeah, it's I already killed you. I'll blink you out of existence if you don't do what I say.
So Sir's body is Ezra's just kind of riding Sir, or is he not riding Sir at all?
No, I think he's in the gym the whole time at this point, unless he chooses to take somebody's body. And I think the gym is with Sir all the time, because next to him, he thinks Sir is probably the most powerful thing.
Yeah.
Here. So I think even though Sir is his bitch, Sir is kind of his keeper now too. Does that make sense? Like they still need each other, because otherwise he'll just be a gym sitting in some temple waiting for some dummy to come up so he can demi-lich him.
That's right.
I'm even down with him starting to use people he has in the crystal. Like, I think now when he wants to do things, he should let somebody out of the crystal, like materialize their body and let them go take care of shit. So he has agents now that he can use without him having to do the work himself anymore.
Yeah, you want
and it's kind of like one of those.
Want to make
I'm going to let you go out and
You can make it
I'll
an
let
order.
you live
Yeah.
for a little while.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go. Yeah, I'm gonna let you out of the box.
So, do you want to
you
make
stay
it an
loyal to
order?
me, right?
And that way,
Yeah.
his actions can be represented throughout generations by order and how order operations work.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. We could even turn him. I mean, at this point, we could even turn him like Crovexus. We could say the order carries out his plans, and he no longer has Avatar around. He's only in events or resolution phases, because now he's grown
I like
powerful
that
enough
idea.
that he's surpassed everything else on the plane, besides Crovexus.
What do we
and
want to
Magnetar.
call
Yes.
the order?
How about I don't know, 9 lives seems a bit cheesy, but there are cats, like there are Sir cats that he's around. So 9 lives.
Yeah,
seems
but
like-
Ezra's
But
isn't,
Ezra's
though.
wasn't. Ezra's
Ezra's was a macaw.
Ezra's was
he's a
a
macaw,
folk.
but Sir is a cat, right? And the other guy he jumped into is a cat, and there's another macaw in there. I don't know. Order of how about Order of the Whisper? Order of
Well, how about what color is the phylactery? What color is the stone?
Clear
chaos-
crystal.
it's a chaos gem, right?
I had an idea.
No, it was a gem from the island that was
all-seeing
being used
eye.
for scrying. Yeah.
So the idea I had behind the name is, what if the name in its words represented the wings behind a cat? You know what I'm saying?
Like a winged cat?
No, I mean like
How about like that's not? What if it's like the Lamia? It's a
What's the
flying
Lamia?
cat.
Lamia.
what's that?
It's a flying cat. It's a cat. With
Well, there we
wings.
go. So then
Yeah.
they call themselves something to that effect, because the inside joke that no one will ever know is this is a union of macaw and cat folk.
Does the Sphinx? Do Sphinx fly too? I think Sphinx
Sphinxes can fly, yes.
Sphinx is good
Yes.
too because the
That's a
Sir
lot
cats are
better.
Egyptian.
That's a lot better because
Yeah.
they were
we said
Egyptian
that the
based.
macaws were Babylonian. So I like
And
Sphinx.
the meerkat
Sphinx.
are Egyptian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Sphinx.
Sphinx. Yeah,
Yeah,
Sphinx.
the Sphinx. There you go. That's
Sphinx,
The
okay.
male. The Sphinx hand, the Sphinx,
The Order of the Sphinx.
Order of the
The
Sphinx.
questing. How about Sphinxes also had to do with riddles. Like Sphinxes are known for riddles. So we could do something with like the Great Riddle or something like that.
The ex-Siffy. Even Sphinx is spelled in a riddle.
No. We're not flipping and reversing that shit. That's not what we're doing. Missy Elliott. We're not doing that.
Yeah,
we can do something with the Sphinx. Shit, we're kind of stuck on this.
Yeah, I'm digging. We just put a pin in it, order the Sphinx, come back, come up
I
with
have an
cooler
idea for those
aspects.
troglodyte.
Oh,
the
troglodytes?
sappers. They became
Mhm.
specialized is because they figured out a way to rig up that giant crevice that they live in. Here, this crevice is like almost as well protected as the anamorphic city. Like they spend all their time preparing and training. That's all.
So it's like a
giant-
Nosferatu. It's like a
Yeah, it's like
Nosferatu Baron.
So
giant booby trap.
I want to say that that's a roll, isn't it? No, I don't know.
What?
How deep is the gash? Is this like a surface planet gash, or does this thing
Oh
go
no, this is deep.
Deep as shit.
Probably
So-
miles.
It goes into the Underdark.
Okay,
We've already said that.
so when
Sorry,
it
no, go ahead.
goes into the Underdark, does it continue to go into the planet?
No,
We didn't decide.
I was thinking, what if at the very middle of this or somewhere, you see that it went so deep that a part of it pierced this veil, this structure that's part of this planet security thing. So some kind of mechanis is.
They find the box, or like a part of the box. That's what you're kind of saying.
Maybe
Yeah.
that's what. Maybe the moon wasn't the thing that started the moon islands fucking up. Maybe it was that. Like they pierced a hole in
Maybe
it, so
it
it
was
set off like a chain of safety measures.
Well, no, I meant
Yeah.
when the scar occurred, right?
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Maybe
When
it's
that death ray hit.
Maybe it didn't open up until the troglodytes started blasting and
yeah.
training and fucking with shit.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah,
Because
Yeah.
literally nobody else fucked with that crevice until them. Nobody.
that's true. It's true. So, yeah, the troglodytes are just fucking around. They're like, "Hey, what's up with this box?" Oh shit!
Yeah, they inadvertently start the next apocalypse into motion.
So basically, the troglodytes reinforce the Great Scar, booby trapping the area.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. And they find the outer part of some kind of box. of some kind of great box.
Some kind of clear mechanism, whatever that be.
Yeah.
It might not even be the integral security part. It could just be like some moving operator. But something that lets the troglodytes know there's more to this entire planet.
Yeah.
than
They find a
anyone.
mysterious,
I have a-
large mysterious object.
I have
that
an
they-
idea for the lizardmen, who I think we should call like the Nation of Lizardmen or something like that, because they're a bunch
Yeah.
of different. They have this is during the end of this age. They have their first great ceremony to make their Khan, like their first great leader over everything.
Okay.
They would have representative from the primal, the proto, and a representative from the troglodytes vying for control of the Great Horde.
Nice.
I guess we can do resolution now, or we can wait till next phase to see who comes out, or we could do a free avatar now and make him the leader of the whole thing.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
What do you guys
Do
think?
we want-
Do you want to roll it, or do you want to?
I'd say roll it,
Ooh.
keep it random.
Yeah, because it may be some great troglodyte coming out of this thing.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it would be interesting if it was a troglodyte.
So,
All right, 1d6, 1, 2 normal lizard folk, 3, 4 otherworld lizard folk, 5, 6 troglodyte.
Works for
all
me.
right. So let's roll this.
Roll it, John.
Okay, how were the troglodytes created? 3.
So it's going to be a primal.
Primal. Yeah.
It's a primal lizard folk.
They're a sub race of the lizard folk. They're just through the harsh realities of what's happened is a offshoot.
Cool. I was just wondering if they were a result of the old world, new world lizard.
I mean, it's just adaptation. You know, we're talking about hundreds of years, short-lived races. Adaptations are going to happen,
What do you think
especially
about, what do you think
when
about
you
calling
have
him
catastrophic magic shit.
Skarn? Skarn.
Scarred. I like Scarred. That's actually also a race of psionic creatures in the Psionics Handbook, but I like it. I like the name.
And let's say he's from the original ones, right? Which were the ones from the other world, which were more like crocodiles. So he's like a
Yeah, the
giant-
primal. He's huge. He's a big
he's
son of a
huge.
bitch.
He's got like a big crocodile face.
Yeah.
You know. And unlike the other lizard folk, he refuses to wear armor. I guess maybe he goes in always with his natural.
Just
armor.
after that description, I'm gonna naturally be inclined to want to see him and Demon Bear in a fight to the
Fight,
death.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what we're lining up right now. We're lining up 2 big ass armies. It's gonna be the naturals versus the unnaturals.
Can we make him a shaman, dude? So they have no magic. Can we make him a shaman? So he's like the one magic user they have.
I don't see why not. A powerful
Or
shaman.
does that make him too thrall like from?
No, fuck it.
As long as
I
he
mean,
doesn't turn
religious-
into alligator Jesus, I think we'll be okay.
Alligator Jesus, dude. Now all I want to do is alligator Jesus.
Wait, what?
No, I wanna do
What is
that.
alligator Jesus?
The Romans turn him into a pair of boots and a belt, dude. It's fucking wrong. It's
I
wrong.
mean, I'm just. Well, there's also Velociraptor Jesus, right?
Yeah, okay, but
It's
I
like,
just never heard alligator
I'm
Jesus.
so confused. He's like, what are you guys talking about?
Alligator Jesus.
He mentioned Thrall, and in WoW, Thrall is considered the green Jesus.
Yeah, alligator Jesus.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
I see anything else?
Jesus.
So do we have
What
any
ab-
other
what
issues?
ab- what about the kaijus? Are they actually coming into play as a race, or are they
Yeah, I
just
was gonna
now?
say, I think they-
in
I still think they're too big to be race. I think they're kind of like a force of nature. Although now we can have them doing something, unless like maybe eventually we might have hell. I'll make a fucking sub race of kaiju. How does that sound?
Yeah, a sentient race of kaiju. Maybe.
That's-
what if
Who are
Yeah,
smaller?
it's
there's
tough, though.
exchange as the kaiju gain their sentience over the next 200 years of evolution because they're not doing nothing but eating constantly all day and swimming and this and that? Smaller and smaller ones become more apt to find a mate.
I mean,
I was
You know,
thinking
we
they could do
also,
something like go deep into the ocean and create like giant nesting areas, kind of like salmon go stream and drop eggs, and from there they
Yeah.
form an underwater society, like a become less and less monstrous and more like the original salmon. As the ages go on, they become more human-like, basically more Atlantean, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, but mutatedly ugly kaiju looking mother.
Could be, or maybe they just retain certain mutations from the kaiju. Like maybe some of them are super strong, some can breathe fire, some can make nuclear farts, whatever.
Yeah, but this is like 50
Nuclear
years down the
farts.
road, so they're all still ugly fucks.
No,
'Cause
not to
Yeah,
maybe
all right.
to the
No, they're
outside
done.
eye, but to the kaiju, they're beautiful.
Beautiful people.
And they worship the
Who are
great.
you? Who are you to judge?
And they at the bottom of the ocean, they find a platypus temple with like all these platypus monk statues.
So-
That's who they worship, dude. The first kaiju.
The first kaiju.
The first
Wide-
kaiju.
The first kaiju.
Wide paddle
The first-
monster.
There's baby kaiju.
So where's the lake that they sent the most upstream, or the ones that became sentient, or the waterway?
I think we should pick a place here on the map.
Well,
Yeah,
I will
that's what I'm
pick that out on
saying.
when I do creation. We'll just go ahead and start
Okay.
round 2.
We'll do that then. Yeah.
What about that down there, the bottom left?
Bitch, it's my turn. I pick what the fuck I want.
Yes, sir.
Get off me.
Okay.
But they are going to
Is there anything else that we need to
I just went
touch
for
on
doing it
in
resolution.
resolution?
I think we're okay.
Oh,
Can you do me a favor? Can you remove that vortex real quick? Because I want to probably end up putting a kaiju civilization in that area.
No.
Okay, well that sucks.
So the meerkat, do the meerkat folk kind of thrive during the end of this age, since like there's nothing near them and nobody's fucking with them?
I
Yeah.
would think they would do pretty well, yeah.
Yeah, they're
They
doing
were
all right.
industrialists before. Maybe they.
Oh,
I mean, they had a little bit of a power struggle going on, but now they're all right.
Quick question too. Is the connection to the old world is now collapsing or collapsed?
It's
or
done.
It's done.
It is done
unless-
unless something.
Let somebody throw something in on another event.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay, so it's still
but
totally open,
but that
then-
will probably cause another moon to go bye. So just think about that shit.
It's
before you
fair
do it.
game.
It's fair game.
Maybe there'll
So-
be a volcano next time.
Oh yes, that's right. Oh shit, round 2. I got to figure out what the hell we're doing. Let's go volcanoes.
Rolling every round.
Volcanoes.
Yeah, we're
No,
supposed
no,
to re-roll to see who goes first.
We're
yeah.
re-rolling who goes first, son.
Oh, I thought we
You
were only
might
did
not
that
get
once
to
per.
pick.
Hey, one more thing
John
before we go
wanted
to
us
the
to
next
have a
age.
little.
What happened with the Slad, real quick? Did we do anything with them that need to be resolved?
They formed another army.
Yeah, they're just
Okay,
they're
so
just
they
kind of
hunkered.
they're
just hunkered
rebuilding.
down? All right.
when there's no one
They're
around them
still
right now.
they're still reeling from the effects of Ezra's.
Fucking roll a d4. Oh, maybe we'll be. How many times you gonna roll over there? Let's get it.
Well, I'm last, so
I only
John
rolled
versus-
once.
Uh-oh.
The D6.
Yeah, your d6 doesn't count. Okay, so it's gonna be John, Steve, and then it's either me or Pookie. All right.
That was from the leader of the lizard folk people.
What?
The D6.
yeah, it's me.
All right. So its order is this time is going to be. It's going to be. Blah. I just lost my
John, me, Pookie, and Corinth.
Thank
Which
you.
means, John, you are telling us which horrible, wonderful effect is taking place on round 2 of Age 2.
What's left on the agenda? Hey, no,
Here
we
are
got-
What?
volcanoes, brush
Yeah.
fires, and magical weather.
brush fires, magic weather. That seems like a steps almost. Volcano, then brush fires, then so. And I want magical weather at the last section.
I think that makes sense.
Can affect the next stage the most, personally. So I'm gonna go with volcano. I think the original
Volcanoes.
idea. I don't think anybody really would have steered it that direction.
All right. So what you doing in your creation phase, sir?
Nobody even showed up to the fucking bedside.
Which
What are you
Which volcano blew up?
Or volcanoes?
Can you
I'm gonna
check
say
here?
all of the volcanoes in the bottom left over here.
Dude, that left side's getting whacked the fuck out. It's having some bad times.
Well, that area in between though is going to be super fertilized, and I'm going to say all this right here, and I'm going to say that some of the animorphs that were in here end up getting slid in from magma flow around the passages they might have used in. So now they have to find new passages to get out of that section back to their home. As in, they do. I just mean like over the next like year, in baby time, there's an event that occurs that is they're trapped in there and need to find a way out.
All right. So what are you doing for your creation phase?
I gotta do both these things. What is this?
Yeah, like I got first.
Order avatar. Yeah. I see how you're feeling. Okay. I can create a race, order avatar. I wanted to order earlier, but didn't. Race didn't. I'm just gonna take a step so you can do something with them. D. Corinth.
That's fine.
Dorinth.
Dorinth.
Oh.
Dorinth.
Dorinth.
So.
Oh, Darinth.
Oh.
You were thinking about popping him there, right?
Come on, Darinth.
That's about the area I was thinking of.
What if we pop?
Douchiest name ever, Darinth.
That sounds like a douchey name.
What if we pop him down there?
Hey, it's your turn, dude. What do you want to do?
It's your turn, dude. Come on. Create an avatar.
Okay.
No, he's creating a race.
Create an
race.
order.
The kaiju intellectual race.
Oh, you're creating.
Okay.
The sub race folk. I was thinking down here. There's so
Kaijun.
much shit going on in the area.
Kaijun?
The Kaijun. Or the Kaidun.
Kaidun.
The Kaidun.
Kaidun.
Kaidun. K-A-I.
Don't call them the Kayamen, dude. Please.
No.
That sounds
great.
Kaidun.
And they got their name from the screams people would yell when they were on the way.
Kaidun.
Intellectual. I'm assuming smaller kaiju, right? Like not gigantically huge.
I think at this moment there's at least 10.
That's like huge
motherfucker rolling around right now. But by the end of this, probably there are none, or well, maybe not none, but like none intelligent.
Or they're like like all the kaiju have intelligence, so maybe they become like their gods or like their titans, so like they hide themselves away or just protect the kaiju, shit like that, dude.
They go to war with each other and end up destroying themselves.
Yeah, maybe only one lives. Maybe they all combine to our own Hecticon Karis version
and
of
we'll
kaiju.
find out.
Whatever you guys want to do.
The Tarask.
The Tarask of
kaiju.
The kaiju Rask.
I'm thinking down here though.
Terraju. Oh, that's racist.
Just because it's got so much going on around it.
Terrible. What's wrong with you?
Tarask and kaiju.
Oh God. Oh Lord. I don't see you guys.
Wait, what is the Tarask if not a kaiju?
That's straight up a kaiju.
It's a kaiju.
All right, Steve.
So real quick, we got where did we put the kaiju?
Where the whirlpool.
Awesome.
Right? Or not?
No, it's over here. Hold on, let me mark it a better color.
That's what I was asking. I was trying to see what do you guys think of it being there.
That's fine.
A lot of cool stuff going on all around it.
Yeah, we just want to mark that color different.
Yeah, that's a shitty box and text color.
There we go. Right there. And kaiju. Yeah, it works.
I don't know that's spelled, but fuck it.
If that's how you want to spell it, then that's how I want to spell it.
I don't care how it's fucking spelled, man.
No, that works. Seriously, I'm not trying to be funny.
Hey, Corin. Oh, to Shalon Bouncing, and you responded to him.
The troglodytes feeling unity with Skarn actually have a master trapper, a master harrier rise amongst their peoples, someone who has played extensively with the strange things they found in the Rend. And so the avatar Sento will rise to a position of leadership within the troglodytes and be the first avatar or like legendary individual within the peoples
Hmm.
to bend the knee to Skarn.
All right. So he's like the first general, basically, of the troglodytes.
Yep.
First general.
Maybe they call him something like Master of Fire or something like that, dude. Because he does
Yeah.
explosives and shit, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, or how about like Tower Breaker or some shit like that?
What if he does explosive blaze technomancy? Or in the future? Well, I'm just saying, he does explosives. Skarn, shaman. At some point in time, Skarn, Fine Ren.
Well,
Is
isn't that
there any
order the order of the one-armed samurais? Aren't they still around?
The
Well, yeah,
Order of
the
Probably
eight.
made those.
the
Yeah, the
Order
eight.
of
Well,
Eight.
the
Yep.
seven.
The
Yeah,
eight.
the 7.
Right
Because-
now, for orders that still exist in the world, the lizard folk have the most. They have the Kenpo, they have the Order of Eight, and they have the Dragon Claws. The
And now they
Dragon
have-
Claws are the
Samurai.
lizard folk samurai. The Order of Eight are like the 8 master swordsmen. The Kenpo are the acidic ninjas.
Yeah.
And then we have the Order of the Sphinx for the meerkat folk,
Meerkat folk.
and then Proteus for the anthropomorphs.
Any
Yeah.
day you hear acid ninja is a good day.
Any day you hear acid ninja is a good day. That is no lie. All right,
My
Pookie, what are
turn?
you gonna do?
And I've got the avatar's name. It's Fire Harrier.
Oh, so Sento the Fire Harrier?
Sento, and that word right there.
Oh, well, Lord.
Means fire harrier or harrier.
Yep. Fire Harrier.
They have a direct translation for fire harrier.
Yes.
Fire Harrier.
Now that is a warlike culture.
I mean, yeah. What the? Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to recapitalize that. They can just stay like it is.
All right, I'm gonna create a race of humans on this piece of land right here.
What kind of bullshit is that?
Bog standard humans.
Which land?
The one that's north of the meerkat. It's a big piece of green here.
Oh,
And they're
Right
gonna
here.
call themselves the Ractonians.
Spell
and
that
this
for me.
is like a god created, like
Ractonias. Tonias, Ractonias.
All right, Tonians. Okay.
so. Is that like a god created race, or do they like come up from the mud, or
They were just always in here in this forested area. I'm guessing this is forest, right? So this is green.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I believe
jungle.
there's a chunk there.
And they just created a society around year 300. I'm done.
All right. So, due to the meddling of the troglodytes, they are going to wait. Let me get the Project Epoch here. Oh yeah, we need to. Oh, right. I'll go ahead and put a little thing there for that real quick.
You do your thing. I'll make the map. Mark. the
Okay.
map.
Okay. So, can we both manipulate the map at the same time, or can only one person do it?
Yeah, everyone can mess with the map.
Okay. I just didn't know if we could do it both at the same time. All right. So, deep in this scar, not directly where the troglodytes are at, but kind of off in the distance, there is going to be a race of dwarves that come into play that have probably been down there the entire time, but they're actually one of the keepers of the mechanisms down there, and they have now do all the damage, and the troglodytes shown up. So I'm going to call them the Eternal Dwarves, and their dwarves are just called the Eternal, and their internal the reason they're there is clearly to keep anyone from full on, opening that box. So that doesn't mean they're going to outright attack the troglodytes. If they can keep if the troglodytes can, agree to like leave it alone. But we'll have to see how that goes.
Okay. That means that we are now done with the creation phase and are moving into our command phase. And that leaves us with John starting the show. Actually, before we start the show with John, I just saw the time. That's the perfect time for everyone to get up, shake a leg, take a quick breather, get some water.
Get nicotine.
Viewers, this would be a great time for y'all to get up, shake a leg, get some water, go to the bathroom, and we'll be back in about 10 minutes. hope everyone enjoyed the break. Got up, moved around a little bit, made sure to get that circulation going. Yeah, I really should have asked John for a water.
Don't
Maybe
forget
on
to
the next
hydrate.
break.
That shit's
Yeah,
important.
hydrate. No, you stay. You stay. Okay. So we're in the commands phase. I'm sorry, what?
Is it my round?
It is your
Okay,
go.
Yeah, I'll go later.
I choose you.
So, command race, construction of cities, forming alliance, declaring wars, advancing tech. Oh, that hasn't been done in a while. City, command city, make a structure or some big thing. Creation of armies, order, use floor unknown. I think if we ever run this again, we should have like. I like the idea of these random tables. It's almost like, okay, we have a random tables of order actions and et cetera, et cetera.
That would be cool.
Let's go ahead and I'm gonna say that the Hawkman down here. So we're saying this first thing is they have built is here.
Yeah, that's their main city.
And then they've gone down and now they can breathe. I'm gonna have them.
Also remember that the Great Wall now is 500 feet out of the sea.
It's big.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so shit.
John's like,
You know
oh
what?
yeah,
Screw it.
fuck
I'm
off.
gonna
That's
throw something.
right.
They no, they wouldn't do that. They can fly. They don't need to do that. Never mind. Crap. I was gonna be like, they build a network of passages between their city and the wall top.
Inanely for no reason they do it because they could just fly there anyway.
Because they can fly there anyway. I was like,
They
wait.
build bridges.
Yeah, they don't need to do that. Never mind.
Shit. I feel like walking today. Don't ask me why.
It's
I
so,
refuse
it's so
to use
nice
this
up
leathery
here,
wing.
500 feet above the air.
Maybe not all. Maybe they can't all fly at birth.
It's for
Like
the
maybe
elderly. Elderly.
No, the ones
The
that can't fly,
elderly?
dude, it's like the
clip wing?
sink or swim. They take the kids up to the top of the wall. They just toss them off.
Either you got it. Or you
Good
don't.
luck.
Find out. If you fall in the water, it'll be a lot better than the clink base.
This is Hawkenara. They get
This is
so they just kick their kids off the wall.
Oh, you were born with only one wing. You'll never make it.
Oh, you're
Believe
malformed.
it.
You must be destroyed. You disgusting
Destroyed.
thing.
I hate to be this guy, but what orders I got available real quick?
Oh,
You
for fuck's
have
Oh man.
you have Proteus.
Besides wizards, but we just went over those. I know those because we just went over them.
Yeah,
Oh,
Proteus
well,
are
then you
engineers.
have the Proteus, who are the engineer, and then you have the Order of the Sphinx.
Man,
You
there are
also
no.
have the Dragon Claw Order, Samurai. Then you have the 8, which are an order inside the order.
And you have the acidic.
You have the Ooze Assassins, the Kimpo.
Assassins!
Assassins.
Ass is. That's right. That was somebody's judgment.
I'm gonna create an. I can't create an order. Damn it.
Well, I mean, I don't care. If you want to create an order, I'm fine with it, dude.
I was gonna
think it should
create an
probably be
order.
there anyway.
I was gonna create a new order.
Go for it.
Okay, so here's the problem. Meerkat
A
folk.
new world order.
What's the big thing that they're missing from their old world? A huge pool of slaves.
Slavers.
So they need
Don't
to
they-
find a new.
Don't they need a city for
slaves.
that first?
They don't have a city yet. I
They have a
assume they
city.
came over
Everything
with their
gets a city.
They don't have a major city, no.
Oh, who doesn't?
build a
Meerkat.
city. Then? I thought everything that came in kind
It
of.
does. It comes with a city.
No, they have cities, but they don't have.
Yeah, but I
like, a
can't
major-
create a city.
Yes, you
with-
can with Command Race.
Create a city.
Oh well, shit. Then I can do the thing I was going to do originally with the Hawkman.
Then do it.
Before I didn't think I could create. I'm going to create a city using Command Race at the base near where the lever is. As it starts as an expeditionary force, and then they support it with things until eventually it becomes its own city, because they want to make sure nothing comes to with the mechanisms.
It's controlled. Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. So the Hawk. Okay.
And
Gotcha.
seriously, I had that in the pocket at the beginning, and then read through the stuff and was like, "Oh, I can't create a city. Dang it!
So what are you gonna call it? It's got to be Brazilian.
I will get a name.
Portuguese.
Steakhouse.
Portuguese.
Steakhouse.
I'll get a name, but I'll pass turn until now, and I'll just pipe in with it later.
Fuka de Chao. Fucking best steakhouse ever, dude.
So
Giant
the
steakhouse.
troglodytes now having contact with these dwarves that seem to have almost appeared out of nowhere inside of the Great Rend. They're going to actually build a city, pretty much at the deepest point within the Rend where it touches the box. With the sole intent of having the city be like a place of alliance or a place of communication with this new race. And the city is going to be the Japanese word for bond, which I will throw up into the chat for your notations. And then I'm gonna horribly butcher the word because I mean that's what we do, right?
That's what we do.
It's Sonagu.
Sunagu. I like Sunagu. Sounds nice.
So
So I'm gonna about to drop this name into.
Sunaga. Huh. That's my best Japanese impression. It's a bunch of grunts, bro. Kinjitsu. Huh. Ooh. Fai Haria Sunaga.
Pookie.
Long name. All right. Dead air.
General.
Why'd you put it in the damn Discord channel, dude? Why couldn't you put it in
Why
freaking
did you
Brawl?
tell me not to do that when I literally said 20 seconds ago, okay, I'm about to drop it in Discord?
Keep talking.
Nobody said nothing.
Oh.
Okay, I'll cop.
You suck
know
a
why?
dick.
Oh, you
My
love
Discord I can type into is on the computer I can surf
It's
on.
fine.
Well,
I will
what
go
do
back and later. I'll
Yeah.
go back later and fix it.
Control
It's
the
fine.
master.
Oh no, it's I can't type. If I
You're good. You're good. You're good.
You
You're
fuck
good.
up.
You motherfucker. You've been banned for terrible ethnic stereotypes. Like, yes, I know. Thank you. No, you.
Well, I like John.
Okay. I was like, no, you. I was like, no, you what? Oh, gotcha. Hearth of Protection. Nice.
Still thinking. So much shit. All right, the Ractonians are going to create a giant castle as their main city. So they're going to reinforce everything, kind of like the Animorphs did. But it's not just walls.
Okay,
They're going to create an actual castle
sorry, where am I
called
looking?
Ractonia.
That's the mud humans.
They're not mud humans, dude.
Mud humans.
You
You
said
say
they
you
were
call them bog, just your
bog
standard.
people.
Bog
They're like
standard.
They're like
normal
your
people.
standard English folk. You know.
Mud people.
But
That's so
Mud
racist, dude.
but bog people aren't your standard English
No,
folk.
a bog standard is a thing people say in England when they're talking about just like a normal ugly person. Bog standard.
Didn't know.
All right, Corin.
I was just thinking of people with really strong ankles.
Damn it. Strong ankles.
It's a bog. It's very trippy. Like if you ever walk through one, there's a good chance you're gonna break your ankle.
You walk through a lot of bogs, dude.
Have you ever
So-
walked through one? I've walked through one. That's all I needed to walk through. And I knew from then on, you just don't know if you're gonna break your leg.
Don't think I've ever walked through a bog, dude. I live
no,
in
because
civilization.
so I'm going to go ahead and go on this, and then I want to talk about something. So I want to command the city of the Animorphs that they have. They are going to create a new order. Anthropomorphs, not Animorphs. And there is going to they're going to build like a sky scouting group, like
An Air Force.
an Air Force. Yeah, that's what they're going to basically build, like a Sky Force.
A Space Force?
Not yet, but probably in the future.
Remember, they're
If they
guardians. They're guardians of the galaxy. Yeah, that's what he wants to call them, right? They're not soldiers; they're guardians
Especially that one raccoon
of
with
the
a
galaxy.
gun on it. Yeah.
Legit, that's what he wants to call him. He's fucking crazy.
So
This man gets all of his news from the Marvel films.
raccoon people could come from this place. Spell jam.
If we just
Why are
had
you
that damn
talking like
time stone,
fucking William Shatner?
Well, no, it's
raccoon
you don't understand how
Raccoon
hard it
people
is
could
to even
come from this place.
correctly when you're hearing yourself less than a half a second after
It is
you
hard.
speak.
That shit sucks.
Yeah, shit sucks bad, dude.
Trippy.
It's what ended my rap career.
And only that.
No, I used to be a pretty decent rapper when I got high, but then the one time I tried it with a microphone, it was fucking terrible, dude. Because I could hear myself right after I said it, and it fucked me all up. My circadian rhythms got thrown off.
Like, oh no, it's all fucking me up.
Okay,
Hey, John.
Get
Yes, sir.
down!
I mean, that
Conquest
ended my rap
phase.
career along with not having talent. That also kind of killed it.
That's at least a plus D6 to comedy. That's good
up?
right there. I like it.
Self-depreciation always.
Hey, that's always a,
like
that's
I'm-
always positive comedy.
I sound like I'm in the middle of a stroke.
You do,
while
dude. Actually,
speaking. I know.
your
I
cadence
really
is very
heard
stroke-like today. It's very Anthony Hopkins.
Y'all
Hannibal-
just aren't used to him
Hannibal Lecter.
talking slow. It's okay. It'll grow on you.
You didn't go get high like right before broadcast, did you? Like,
I told you, sabbatical related broadcast stuff about illicit activities. Just
I'm just kidding.
So, John, it
Yeah.
is the conquest phase.
Your mommy doesn't let you do that stuff.
that's the worst.
Conquest phase.
I probably would.
I like you better when you're high. All right,
Conquest
conquest.
phase. Jesus.
Okay. The step is used to
Weird,
study
weird.
moving armies, claiming unclaimed engagements we don't have because there aren't armies set against each other, and armies claiming an army creation.
You know, in the conquest phase, you could. Oh my god.
I'm gonna have the Hawkmen create an army of people who mainly stay near those structures and the main land, defensively posturing.
An airborne regiment, if you will.
Okay, so hold on. So you're sending you're sending the Sky Force over.
They're defensively posturing around their territory,
Oh, so they're
and
not
they
going over
claim
where
all of the wall,
Of course.
and they claim the mountain range. And I think the original guy who first came over did claim the entire band of.
He did.
He did. So technically, there are people incurring upon their land, but I don't think they really backed up that claim so much with actual force, as far as just like people going out whatever the fuck they want to settle.
So they're posturing at the Pale Gate, and they're also posturing at like near the Rind, or where are they posturing at?
By their main city and by the new city where the levers are. Where are the levers at?
Hold on. Are we talking about the Hawkmen or the damn Anthropomorphs?
The
Hawkman. Hawkman.
Damn it! I told you.
You heard Sky Force, Sky Regiment, and you just
I did. I totally thought.
Papa City here. Yeah.
yeah. Okay, if that's what lever is. Then
Yeah.
that's the other. That's the underground city.
Yeah, underwater city.
Because actually, no. Ah,
Should make underwater, dude.
there are currently meteors striking the planet. I just feel
Yeah,
like
underwater
anybody
sounds
making a
smart.
planet or anybody making a city would be like, let's make it away from the other city.
Probably.
Hedge the
Or
bet.
underwater.
Or
Oh
underwater.
yeah, it's
where
gonna be
it's
underwater.
safe.
This is an underwater city. That was the idea with lever, whatever. So over here, maybe. How about that? And then
You
they
want it, dude.
kind of stretch across the inside of this wall, and that's their city underwater. Since the wall raised, Joey, Pookie, was your intent that there was a section under the
Anonymity
wall?
is destroyed.
What?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I was saying, since the wall came up, does that mean that there's space underneath the wall in the water now, or is it all the way into the ground?
It's all the way into the bottom of the seafloor.
So they're built on the attack inside of the wall, just all across
Yeah, I envision it being like on the seafloor, like a underwater station, like they have in the movie, like in the Abyss and shit, like an underwater pod city
Yeah,
built to
kind
the
of.
side of the wall.
Yep. And then eventually not pod
Because
for
not all of them can breathe.
water breathers.
Yeah, not all of them can
Yeah.
breathe water yet, but once they can,
Yeah, eventually. Yeah. Okay, that's me.
That's mine.
So for my phase, the troglodytes having now a much stronger tie to Skarn are actually going to take on his shamanistic teachings and form an army of combat shamans.
Nice.
Okay.
sorry, I have to think. Dead air.
Oh, lots of dead air.
Dead air.
The worst.
The system is down. The system is down.
Oh, jeez.
That's strong
All right,
bad.
so
That's his drawback.
the primal lizard folk leader Sharn, he's going to create an army, which is going to be like their navy. So he's going to take a bunch of the strongest lizard folk and teach them in water tactics. So they create ships and use lizard folk that swim really well to become their kind of navy or their marines.
Marines. Yep. Lizard folk make great Marines to begin with. So. All right. So the Proteus Reach are your frontiersmen and all that. The Proteus Reach, in an effort to find new materials and all that, are going to continue moving out and about, and they are going to discover the downed spaceship with the predator light thing going on, and they will claim that area.
Are we saying they found the ship itself, or are we waiting for an avatar
Oh no, they found the whole damn ship.
thing roll?
You know,
Okay.
They find that how that happened. What happens in resolution? That's what we'll figure out. If anything happens in resolution yet.
Oh, we're on the avatar phase.
I think we're
We're
on
on the events phase.
Defense phase.
We're on the events phase. I'm jumping ship here. I'm sorry.
Very good.
My bad. John.
Yes. Grumpy Viking. Yep. What's up? It's a person who joined the chat, Steve. You're looking around like.
No, it's the events phase, man. It's your turn.
There's a Viking.
Oh, there's an events phase, and
It's
so
someone we know. We're
this
not gonna
step
dox
is
them.
used to set an event, be it positive or
What's their
negative.
name and
How you
address?
solve,
Neither D.
Joey.
Immediately. Go ahead, dude.
I was like, this is how you solve dead time. This step is used to set an event, be it
Ah,
positive or
during
negative.
the event phase, we will discuss what happens
you
in the
keep going.
world,
God, I hate
whether
you
it be
guys
a
so
heavenly
much.
body, the appearance of a new race, perhaps a
Mhm.
nuclear winter. Anything can happen. Let your imagination run wild. I'm going to continue speaking like this until John interrupts me.
Okay,
What's
Real
something
quick,
to fucking do?
I want to come up with a property for the stuff on this pink island in the bottom left.
Bam. All
Just
right.
like the Twilight stuff, something to that effect. Something that in this island, there's a material that this island's probably
Which
made of.
island?
The Crystal Island, bottom left.
It's
The
an eye.
place
It's a giant
It's an
eye.
eye.
It's
Yeah.
a giant eye.
Giant eye.
It's the place that caused all the races to come in Age 1, and it's also where the clairvoyant eye, the all-seeing eye,
Came
was
from.
formed.
Yeah. So I want the event to be that the Kaya Dune going up into here for breeding, etc. Which is
Dune.
The
Oh,
Kaiju.
kaiju.
Yes.
Kaiju. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, the Kaiju.
the Kaya Dune, the intelligent
The
kaiju
subrace.
that
Ah.
come up into here, interact with us, just being around it nonstop, and they found a way to pull some essence off of it. If it's an eye, I don't know, the eye fluid.
So it's going back like the same thing with the Chaos Heart. So they're attracted. I like it. They're attracted back to the thing that kind of made them in the first place.
Yeah,
Like a
and
similar thing.
And I want them to discover some interactable thing. I was hoping to come up with some brainstorm on what that would mean.
Maybe
So,
it increases their
we
intelligence,
can-
so they become less monster-like and more human or more humanoid.
I think that that's something we can delve into during resolution. That gives us some time to really, brew on it.
Yes, the pink eye in the bottom left.
Yeah, they go up in that pink eye, dude.
Eye.
Try and get that conjunctivitis.
Um,
I am grounded. I'm
So-
sorry.
we
Sorry,
have
Grumpy
we have the volcanoes going right now, right?
The Viking talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, who's the Viking?
Uh,
So excited.
It's a 4-letter word. Starts with a P, ends with an all.
Oh.
But we don't give his last name out, so it's okay.
What's his screen name? Viking? Viking God?
Grumpy Viking.
Oh, I love that, dude. That's perfect for him. That is the most perfect
No, seriously,
screen name of all time.
it's somebody I know. I was like, wait,
It's the
this
best,
looks
dude.
like that person. So
And ask him why he never talks to me anymore, dude. I'm always messaging him and shit
No,
on Facebook, and
no,
he's like, "Go
no.
fuck yourself."
No. Okay.
my
For
feelings.
the events phase, yeah, I really man, events.
Oh, I got one brewing, dude.
You got one brewing.
Oh, I got
You've
one.
got what is it? You've got some
I got a donkey head poking out.
goblins to toss.
I got some midgets to toss.
Midgets to toss.
Oh, I got a whole carnival
Um,
brewing in my stomach. I got some midgets to
gosh.
toss.
So bad.
With the eruptions happening from the volcanoes and all of the tumult that'll cause on the insides of the world, large swaths of the accessible Underdark actually become flooded with liquid magma.
Liquid hot magma.
Liquid hot magma. Frickin' sharks with frickin' laser beams on their heads.
But green laser beams. That's the best way to do it.
Yep.
Those have the best frequency.
So what's the event?
I got nervous, Steve.
It's just Underdark.
No, the
Large
Underdark being
swaths of
the large swaths of the Underdark actually being flooded with magma. The major effect that this has on the world as a whole is the Hawkmen in their position around the Pale Gate. Notice that the mountains, which seem like mountains, which are actually the spines of the Great Ice Drake or Great Ice Dragon, have begun to shift. Like significant shifts.
Right.
Like maybe the heating of the world's core is waking the dragon up.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah. Just okay. So if it's there, that's the spine of the ice dragon, right? It's trapped with a bunch of ice around it as well. That kind of makes it stationary. What if the heat from the seismic activity area starts melting away? So like even more of it, the dragon becomes revealed and revealed and revealed.
Instead of it
resolution.
melting as it shifts, yeah, something we can talk about.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So as parts of it melt, it'll shift its body weight because it's not being held in place with ice anymore.
Is it my
Thank
go?
God they can fly.
Spooky.
All right. Well, I thought you were gonna steal my or take my idea, dude, or have a similar idea to me, but you just kind of opened up what I was gonna do anyway. Okay, so with these volcanic explosions and now this outpouring of magma, almost catastrophe-like event begins to happen. This skull of this dragon begins to animate, and all these horns here, that is volcanoes that make up its skull, start to tear away from the earth. All these smaller volcanoes are revealed to be the tines of the giant wings of a ancient primal fire dragon. He lifts out of the ground, tearing all of this land away, including the halls that are on his head here, this structure, and he flies up into the heavens, into space, becomes almost like a second sun. He just throbs with energy up in space.
a third sun.
Third sun, sorry. Yep.
Yeah.
So we get rid of all the mountains, volcano ranges, and the halls of Geisig.
Well, the Hiles of guys are in space.
4 fucking Rin's like, oh fuck. Rin, like, she steps out of her door and she's like, what the fuck?
So
What
are
am
we
I
to
doing?
think that all of the dragons are still alive from the original conflict thing?
Well, that's 2 that have woken now, and a third one that appears to be awakening in the ice. So
We'll have to modify that map for next time.
yeah, of course. I mean, you can still leave the majority of the land masses here if you want to.
Corin.
Well, as this great magma dragon flies off into the space, it inadvertently hits some large objects in space, sending them into the atmosphere, and a large chunk of one of the other moons crashes right into the all-seeing eye. So,
The same moon that was already damaged, or a different one?
Say a
I
different
shall
one.
roll. Yeah,
wanna roll?
roll. Let's do a different one. Let's do a different one. This we have never discussed. We discussed that there are several moons. We don't have a set number of how many moons are out there, but there's several. So, as of right now, one of the other moons, a smaller moon, probably a much smaller moon, probably gets hit. It just gets knocked. It completely lands on the all-seeing eye.
It's not a moon; it's a space station.
Or it was something.
That's not a moon.
Okay. I mean,
I didn't fuck up shit as bad as
That's
Damien just did, dude. So like, I mean, Corinth did.
No!
Oh, just smash a moon into a giant temporal gate. I mean, that connects multiple multiverses and worlds. That's not gonna be bad at all.
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
we
I
are
just want to
on.
hear about the landmass change issue for creating that creation when the whole continent just
Yeah.
flew
Yeah,
away.
the whole center is gone.
Oh, hey, it's Avatar time.
It's Avatar time.
Avatar time.
John,
I gotta do this BS.
you're the first
Well,
one up.
okay.
You have the weave.
Oh,
Throw them bones.
Run.
no one saw it. But then when Doombear got his envoys back from spaceship. Okay, what's the great?
You have the weave.
Oh.
You have the weave.
You have the weave first off.
Oh, the weave. Oh man, I was gonna have Demon Bear discover camouflage.
Oh, from the
Fucking-
young
If it
kids.
still happened.
You got to roll a d12, son.
I did. I rolled a
rolled a
1
I don't
I rolled-
see it.
a hot minute ago and rolled 20.
You just rolled it.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So the
I-
weave
I-
finds the tech, and she is now currently in space.
Hold on.
No.
Hold on.
The
Oh.
weave.
The weave.
Ren's in space.
Ren's in space. Okay, so weave is the lizard acid
Yeah.
combo.
Yes.
Weave
Yep.
is Gore the God Butcher.
Gore the God. Yeah. God Center.
Yeah, but I don't know who that is.
Just Google it.
It's an awesome symbiotic creature. That's what it is. It's like a venom.
It's Venom if Venom was attached to a god.
So you're saying that they find the technology. So we're gonna go ahead then in the area we're at here, say that an envoy came to
So they discover alien technology.
no, the internal. They discover a tech from this internal before it gets closed off to them by all the lava flows. So they're able to get like some like extraplanar ancient tech from whoever created the planet inside the little shell piece. They were
Okay.
able to get access.
What tech though?
From the box.
Resolution? Because I'm not sure. But
Okay.
it'll be
Figure
a
it out.
it'll be a tech from whatever constructs.
Which place did they go? Over here?
They
Like-
went to the dwarves. He found
Yeah,
some
dwarves.
tech from the dwarves.
Okay.
Yeah, from the first things that constructed or helped to construct all this. And then the lava flows. Whatever that tech was, there's more of it, but it's now closed off. Or
Well, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
so
Why is there lava flows over here? The lava flows were down here.
I thought he said the lava flows were
A
in
large
the
swamp, but not the whole Underdark.
world that I thought he meant it came from the center of the world or like from the inside of the world all across the world.
No, I thought he meant just these points here, right? Steve? Did you mean the whole world?
For the
I said
under-
that it
Underdark.
flooded large swaths of the Underdark. If that touches the rend or not.
That'll be up to resolution.
Yeah.
That's a
I just
big,
assumed
big
it's
chunk
all
of
over
land.
the world. Well, I mean, the volcanoes are going across this entire strip. They're all blowing up.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a lot of seismic activity all across the
That was a lot of
undercrust.
seismic. We shall see.
Oh, okay. I'm having roll 20 issues. That's why I wasn't seeing any rolls.
Oh, okay.
That makes sense.
So yeah,
Well, give me a second. I have to refresh roll 20 here.
what tech would they be? They're competitive. Do they have the same kind of personal honor code?
I like the idea of like a what about like a capturing tech, John, like a prison tech or like something that could trap somebody like like in a
stasis
box.
of some sort, like a stasis.
Stasis or like like the mirror universe from Doctor Strange, like a place, like they could put things in a place.
Okay. What?
Who did you have?
11.
He died. He died, didn't he? Yeah.
Sir is not happy with the status quo.
He's been plotting.
Sir begins to plot against Ezra's. And Ezra's doesn't appreciate people plotting against him. So Ezra's jumps back into the body, but instead of throwing Sir into the gem, he just sees him as too big of a nuisance to control.
Oh no.
So simply eradicates Sir.
So he just makes him nothingness.
Does the body go away too?
Wow. Body was
No,
already
he
gone.
has the body of Sir. Ezra just has his body.
No, he let
What?
Sir back into Sir's body, remember? And just resided in the
Oh, yeah.
crystal.
So yeah. So
Yeah. No,
Right.
Ezra's now is riding the body since he ejected Sir and just obliterated him. But he's not going to continue to pretend to be Sir. Sir, Ezra's just walks away and he's going to use Sir's body whenever he needs one of his little fucking minions inside the all-seeing eye. He just lends out Sir's body. So now Sir is just the meat puppet for whoever he needs to go send out and do something.
That's
Oh my
fucked up.
God.
He's made him everybody's
That's great.
bitch.
Dude, Ezra's
That's
is so
crazy.
disgusting.
Why do you get so mad? 'Cause he
all
was
seeing
plot-
eye is the crystal that is now Ezra's.
Yeah.
No, there's a small part of it. A small part of it.
Small part of
But the big
island
chunk is that
that's
giant.
the all-seeing eye.
Yeah.
That was originally discovered by
So next,
a Macaw person, pureblood.
Yeah.
Ezra let him discover it because it was his phylactery,
yeah.
so he could take
So
control.
next we have Rend, who is currently in space.
That's
In
weird, right?
space.
Now she should have rolled the 11.
Yeah, no.
She might be alive.
We found out that Ren can't breed in space.
She's
A
a
Rend will form an alliance with another avatar, hinder another avatar, capture an avatar, or kill an avatar.
willing to perform sexual favors for a quick ride back to the realm, please. Look, please get me back on the plane.
Hit up DMs.
Hit me in my DMs real quick, please.
Yeah. So is this pre-space, post-space?
I don't understand the question.
She's gonna form an alliance by recruiting her first player for the great game, which will now take place from the heavens itself because she's in space. So the first player she's gonna recruit for the great game is gonna be. She's gonna do the troglodyte. What's his name? Firemaster. Him.
Yeah, Sento. Yeah, Sento with it. Yeah.
Until resolution, I've been assuming all of this stuff all happens at the same time in like a piecemeal order. That you know what I mean?
Whatever makes most
that's-
sense. towards the
Yeah.
character.
Whatever makes most sense. Like some of these things probably happen before or after others.
Yeah.
Obviously.
I just want to make sure that it wasn't supposed to be order. It was
Oh,
like-
absolutely not. No, fuck
Okay.
no. There's no way that could work every time.
Just imagine if she captured an avatar and then went to space, and then like flew back home. It was like dope.
All right. Oh shit! I get to roll for Demon Bear.
You've got Demon Bear.
Oh.
Very good.
Roll find a tech. Roll find a
Throw
tech.
an 11. Throw an 11.
Yeah, that was 11. Was gonna come
You're
up
going to
with shit.
find a natural wonder.
He already did.
Ah,
His turn. The spaceship.
so, because of the spaceship, he is going to find.
I have an idea if you want it.
Throw something at me. I have a couple, but throw something at me,
Oh,
please.
since we have the wrecked ship there of the predators, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they're really close to this wonderful chain of mountains that has this really cool central point. I'm pinging the map.
Yeah.
Why
It's for,
doesn't he find the not natural wonder, but the dungeon, which is actually a giant trophy hall? Because these things have been here since the beginning of the world hunting. So it's a massive trophy complex.
Dude, that's
How about
all
you
right,
call
yeah.
it like something like the Hunter's Labyrinth?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yes.
So it's not just a room; it's a maze. So like
Yeah,
it's like
it's massive.
part trophy room, part training ground. You know
Oh,
what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like, it's an awesome idea. Does he encounter? Oh, resolution phase. I got an idea.
Yeah, he locates the Hunter's Labyrinth in on the elevated island.
Go ahead and put the Hunter's Labyrinth on the map as a mark.
You guys got it?
I got it. I'll take care of it.
Cool.
Let's go with the yellow.
So the crash ship isn't really a crash ship; it's just like a landing point.
Or it may have been a ship that
That's
just
the
crashed on
labyrinth.
accident. Or maybe
No, I like the idea of
maybe
them having to go through shit to get to
Maintenance.
the labyrinth. Like,
It was maintenance and it was just sat there and they disappeared.
maybe
or maybe like this was someone from another like maybe
the tide also goes up and down. So maybe during this phase, the tide is down low enough where you can see the ship. But during other phases, it is
That would be a
crash ship and it's
great
underneath the
reason
water.
for why it was found now.
You know what I mean? Like maybe this crash.
Salmon or something. The fact that the water was too hot. Wow. Like I said, throws the salmon out, but you know why other races haven't seen it yet? That'd be
Hey,
a
Corinth, you rolled. No, John.
woohoo.
Who does John have?
Sentinelian.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Order.
They haven't formed an order yet for their thing, right?
Not yet.
Okay, so they're gonna form their order. Actually, I don't even know at this. It's all kind of happening at the same time, so this is a whole bunch of crazy shit going on.
You had an idea for an order for the Hawkmen earlier in this round.
Yeah. I'm gonna say with the new developments, he creates an order to get to the bottom of why their mountains collapsing and moving and what the fuck's going on.
like surveyors basically.
I'm trying to think of something that will be more applicable than just in this particular mountain range for them. I don't know.
Well,
Geological studies. Maybe one of the reasons this thing is also waking up on top of the seismic activity or something like that is the concept that they're finding as the ice melted away, they're finding raw ore that is actually just like scale material from the outside of the dragon.
So more blue steel, more pale steel.
Yeah,
Yes,
like
yeah.
what do you think?
Like that
So-
idea, yeah.
And so
they
What
create an order
like,
that
that
what if they're
study
like, what if they're
learns
like scavengers?
Yeah. Like geologist or mineral geologist or something. Like somebody who
are
learns,
specifically looking for the Pell ore, basically.
yeah, and they learn how to smelt it in quotations.
Do you have a name for them?
I will.
The scavengers.
Skarn, being the first Khan and spreading his nation wide and far, and also seeing the rise of more armies under his banner, especially between the allied troglodytes and his own peoples, will actually form an alliance with the first hardy people that his nation comes across in their spreading across the continent. And so when he makes first contact and has the initial actual combats with the Scar Elves, he sees value in their determination to survive. And instead of just trying to crush them under the heel, he will offer them the opportunity to become a honorary members of the horde.
Yeah, he just absorbs them, right? I like that idea.
Yeah.
He could take. They have all that. We talked about them having healing magic, so maybe that's what he uses them for, as
Yeah.
combat medics, basically.
Combat medics, great healers in general. Yeah.
What's another synonym for a smith? Somebody's not just a smith. Somebody's like a weaponsmith specifically, or a swordsmith. What's another name besides smith? And forger, which doesn't really work.
Someone forging, yeah, someone who does forging. A creator, you could use the word creator. That might be better. Crafter.
Blade right.
It's a nice one. Like playwright, but blade right instead.
Remember, guys, watching our podcast will expand your
Is there any
vocabulary.
more avatars I need to roll?
Yes. Sento. He forms an alliance with another avatar, hinders another avatar, captures an avatar, or kills an avatar.
I mean, I guess he accepts. He accepts entrance into the game on a condition, and that condition is that she lends help to the future war that he knows his horde will be in. So he wants Rend and the insectoid dragons' help in the upcoming war. In return for that, he'll play the game.
I got the name. So I used playwright in the word play, drama. Playwright, though, adds turga to the end. So it's the Azul Acco Lamina Turga. So the blue steel blade rights.
Pale steel.
Or pale steel, sorry. It's blue.
It's quite a long name.
That's the whole name, though. There's no order of.
Thank God for that.
Any chance you could put that in the chat somewhere?
I
Yes, we
just
could
now
see it.
realized I never hit enter.
There we go.
And I dropped the Azul for pale. So
It
it's
sounded longer when you were saying.
Aldo
Good.
Acco Lamina Turgo. It's because I had to say it slow, or else I'm gonna mess it up because I hear it in my ear.
What about like Pale Turgo? Like shorter. I don't know. It's fine.
Aldo Turgo? That would be pale, right?
It's fine the way it is. Everyone's gonna call him the pal, though. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what I would call him if we were in game. Like, what's up with the pal, dude? The PAL, you know?
Good.
Yeah.
So that's all of the avatars. So
Oh, resolution.
now we have the resolution, and after we finish resolution, that's probably going to be it for the night.
Yeah.
It is going to be it for the night. I don't know why I left it on a cliffhanger of maybe. It is the.
I was about to say, are we going 20 hours today?
It's never gonna happen.
Yeah, right. Artisan.
Okay.
Yeah, Artisan. Damn it, that would have been. Why didn't I see that?
So resolutions. Back here.
I think we gotta deal with the eye first. It's such a catastrophic thing, dude. We have to figure out exactly what's gonna happen.
Now, is the eye okay? So we got three now. Moon islands, 4 sun
three.
islands.
3 suns, multiple moons.
2 suns. Oh, now we have 3
No, the
freaking
islands.
suns.
The
3
islands.
moon islands, 2 sunspots.
So we established in the first age that the eye was a temporal device that moves races from other dimensions, right? That's what it did.
It's definitely
Yep.
a prison planet.
Yeah, it's a prison planet for sure, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so the question is the eye still functioning as it functioned in the first age? Does this shut the eye off completely? Does this make the eye function again? Like, what do you guys want to do?
Does it actually damage the eye? Maybe
Does the moon bounce off the eye? I didn't even think about that. That's amazing. Dude, the moon bounced off the eye.
No. when that moon comes crashing down, it just passes through the eye like races were passing back in. So it just shot that
dude.
moon
You
somewhere
just
else.
killed a whole nother world, bro.
Forgotten Realms.
You just murdered.
Let TSR know.
You
It's
just
over.
murdered My Little Pony land. They're fucking gone.
Rainbow Bright. It got
Rainbow
canceled.
Bright's toast. We can't hear you, by the way.
Gotcha.
You're muted.
There you go. Nope.
Still muted. Still muted.
What are you doing?
What happened, dude?
I think you would mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
What the fuck?
You were just all like, you were saying shit, and you were like,
So the moon just
it's the best.
flies through. So the
Yes,
I'm
I
looking at
love
the
this.
or in the area,
The
right?
moon goes right through that bitch.
This could
I
like
love this. The
Oh
solid
yeah,
idea.
no. Something eventually gonna come back and be like, "Who fucking sent a moon
Yeah,
into my
dude.
world?"
and
Or
fuck
what's
shit
gonna
up.
happen where they throw something back? Like, I love the idea. It's a great idea, dude.
No,
Everyone's freaking out.
Takaya
It
Dune.
goes right through.
I'm gonna say that Takaya Dune start a whole theological base on the idea of that because they're around it when it happens and they think
Oh,
the
yeah.
end
Oh
times is
shit!
coming. Yeah, like a ball of shadow is coming at them, and they're like, "Oh, we're all dead. We just woke up." And then it goes through the middle of the island, and now they have an entire theological theme of like God and how they were spared, and how there's a judgment day coming when the moon
Oh
comes.
yeah, because one day the moon will return to destroy all of mankind.
Yeah, we prayed for his silence, merciful
The
God.
day the moon returns.
Yeah, they like started
The day the
praying
moon
like, the
returns.
last moments, and it got saved. So I almost want to ask for an avatar for him. That's the base of this theology. The person that was saying, "Oh, we'll be saved" in those last minutes.
So hold on. How about instead of an avatar itself? How about like an avatar like order, like
Yeah, like
This is
a priest position or
a
something.
priest
like that.
position?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just happens that the first one is this guy who was like, "No, gather around, it'll be okay. There's no use to run. We'll be saved." And they're like, "Holy fuck, he was right. He
Yeah.
must know something."
Like
Because intelligence means stupidity as much as everything else.
it does. So like maybe the prophets of the moon.
Prophets of the moon.
Prophets
It's like
of the moon.
it's a moon death cult for Kyle.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
What are they called?
The prophets of the moon. Kaiju death cult.
So you
That's
basically,
so good.
so you basically made the Moonies,
The Moonies, yes, exactly.
essentially.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You weird,
Oh.
bald, Heaven's Gate looking motherfucker.
Out of curiosity, the moon falling through the eye, is that going to cause the eye to spit more races out?
See, dude, I had this idea. Like, I like the idea of the moon going through it, but I think it has to create some kind of energy when this happens because it's like a heavenly body going thousand miles per hour with all that mass. It would create something even if it disappeared. So I
Yeah.
don't know what that's going to be, what it could be. Maybe a gravitational shift on the entire planet or something.
What if
You know, I see
the
something about like that. Like it doesn't like actually cause damage to the world in and of itself, but the indirectness of it does something.
Well, what about right on the island, right? Now, instead of this being crystal placid stuff that you can interact with, it is still in the process of sending the mass of the moon to the other spot,
So
at
it's out
least
of
for an
phase.
age or so. So if you went to it, you would just see like what looks like almost a never-ending portal into space or plane space.
So Steve's idea
Yeah,
about
we
the
don't
portal
need it.
being open. It's not a bad idea. Maybe something else can come out.
And we can put a timer on it too. Like at some point in time, the moon breaks away, the passage opens up for other things to come back through.
Oh, eventually some warlord races when it comes through and be like, "Who the fuck sent that moon to my planet? You
I'm
like
thinking-
destroyed my city."
Like if you look into it, it would be like looking at it in an elastic hallway where a moon caught the elastic and is stretching it further and further away into infinity.
It's basically causing almost like a reality bend.
Yeah, in that area, like the temporal space would be all fucking jacked right around that fucking island where breeding occurs for already monstrous beings.
Yeah, that's great. That's ends up so bad. It's gonna be terrible. All right, so the temporal area around the eye is fluctuating.
Like Joey said, there's too much energy for there not to be sun.
Yeah.
Right
I like
in
the
the
idea of it being out of phase. That's a good idea. Like maybe creatures can come over from the ethereal plane or something. Like maybe not races, maybe just creatures, or kind
Yeah.
of like in the mist, how that shit came from like the upside down and just came into the world and started fucking with everything.
It's rent a opening that
Yeah.
things are coming through, not
In time and
necessarily
space.
races like it did before.
You know what? What about this suggestion? Flip that on its head. The things it's connected to is like literally like a vanilla D&D world. The kaiju are the monsters from the other side that are
Sure.
dig what I'm saying? So like in the mist, the kaiju are the mist monsters in the other side of the portal.
So wherever it tore the space to, wherever the moon hit now has monsters like coming from our world into their world.
Yeah.
And, vice,
What about
and
that?
regular.
And
What if
vice
it is like a
versa to solve the problem?
Yeah, what if they disperse like a race to go through the portal to see where it came from? And that could be a race that spawns.
Yeah. Or heroes
Yeah.
sent to shut it down because of the world. There's a lot of I think that you can build it through. I don't know.
You can do a lot with that.
Yeah, there's a lot
You
of
do a whole lot
interesting
with
ideas sitting there.
Goodness gracious. So
Michael-
yeah, hey, we sent the moon down. How does that affect one of the other 3 moon islands?
I think that the moon island that fell could have been directly related to the moon that island died. Like a dragon hit the moon on the way out, right?
Or what if it just rips the island out of the earth and sends it up into the sky to replace it? How we talked about like the rubber band effect before, about how when one thing changes, something else replaces it.
Oh, that'd be badass.
So
So which one does it take out?
I don't know. You could do the one closest to where it hit,
Yeah, there's
or maybe the one furthest away.
It could be how about the one that the Proteus reach are on? That would be fucking hilarious.
That would be funny. So
where's
now they're
the
in space.
fourth?
I like that idea, dude. Let's get ripped up into space too. So now there's 2.
Where's the
So
fourth? Anyway, I only see 3.
The 4th one got destroyed already.
You deleted it off the map? I thought it was
Yeah.
the one above the lake acid.
No, the one that got deleted, if you look south and down and to the left from, the one that's being pinged. This used to be one of the moon touched islands right here.
Okay. And that so the whole island isn't gone.
Yeah,
just
let's do the Proteus.
No, just the energy from the island stopped. The island is still there.
But it's no longer linked with the moons.
I like the Proteus reach idea. I think it's a good idea.
They go into space too,
Yeah, so there's a second,
and they have no clue.
Yeah, they have no clue.
Like, oh
This
my
gets ripped into space.
So they can like support themselves because
They have a good chance because they're already part cyborg and shit.
Yeah.
They have the tech level necessary. But real quick, since it's resolution, do they lose contact with their original race? Do they still have like radio?
For a time being, definitely.
I mean, but yeah, for the time being. But remember, they have all this technology involved with sound, so they're going to be able to easily set up some kind of communication.
Well, that was their tech base, was
Yep.
the sound stuff.
Sound.
Yeah.
So you could say for now it is, but by next age they probably can communicate with them easily. I would say it wouldn't be a problem.
So they're just
They're like, we're sending people out there to get you. Just hang on. Like, we're not fucking doing it.
Steve inadvertently made like the ultimate jump point because it's literally in space. So you can literally drop it to any part of the world from that point. It's kind of cool.
That's so funny. That's hilarious that they ended up being on there. They were just like, why don't we take that one? Like, yep, that'll work.
It's rare the D&D world where once you leave the atmosphere, you're still finding legendary ruins.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Can you imagine, like, say, like, all these other races die off, and then, you know, like 3 ages from now, someone finally gets spaceships, and they go to these areas, and they're like, we're the first. Oh, what the hell's all this remnants of shit? Like, what is all this? You know?
And they're humanoid, like human, and they're like, is that a large bear? We think that they represented themselves in hieroglyphs through imagery of animals for
Mhm.
strength.
Yeah, my pitch for the primal lava dragon was that he actually becomes a third sun. So the
Mhm.
Hall of Isaac and his head is like the only part that's not a burning star up in space. So Rin sits atop a burning star now, and plays
That's
Like,
exactly
with
where you want to be.
with mechanical cobalts.
with mechanical kobolds and probably other ones as she
She-
evolves.
That's
She
dope.
is so happy. Like she can't express how happy she is right now.
Yeah, she's literally like the head of the thing. She's
I have
raw.
a
literally.
question for y'all. The Rectonians.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ractonians.
Ractonians.
Tectonians.
Now they're humans. Are they like offshoot? Because they just kind of rose into prominence. Are they offshoots of the Amazons?
Yeah, it's the same place that the Amazons fled to, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'd say they're probably related to them. Remnants of them.
Yeah, the
remnants.
Amazonians would have been like these stronger, better versions of them.
They rose from what was left after the Amazonian collapse.
During the
So are there also
Yeah.
some
days.
tiger people there? Because they end up aligning and making a separate
Or
subrace.
how about the Ractonians have some cat-like features?
what
Ooh, I like
about
that.
cat-like markings?
Like
and-
fucking
Yeah.
like panthers, dude.
features.
Like they got like dark tufts of fur and shit on their face.
There's some that are panther-like. There's some that are
Or
like just cat folk in
jaguars.
general.
Jaguars.
They look like they're
Cat-
I was
Jaguar.
I was curious. I was looking at the area and it was something that
That's
had
a good
dawned on
idea.
me.
It makes sense, right? So they can
Yeah.
trace their lineage back to the
Right
to
there
the
with
age
George
before.
Yeah.
And maybe they have stories of like great Amazonian warriors and shit because they were supposed to be bigger and stronger, and how like they got
Yep.
defeated by this race of demons that took over their people and shit.
Yeah.
Which are still around right over there.
Yeah, the
2
slaughter
islands away.
just like, man, that's a lot of shit going on. We're just gonna kind of hang out. Like,
Well, my pitch
Like-
for the Slod for this second age during the resolutions, they didn't do anything, is they have successfully infiltrated at least a member of their order in every single race
okay,
around this planet.
Since
So
their order is focused on infiltration, that would
Infiltration.
make sense. They're
Which is what they started
high-end
doing.
infiltrators. Yeah.
So I say by the end of this part of the age, they are infiltrated. They have people everywhere.
so the
What
slaughter is successfully every order. Okay,
The Dark Tooth are dead up here, right?
That's a
No,
place.
Or no?
It's a leftover base of operations from Red.
from Alpheus.
Okay,
Oh, from Ren. That's right. It's Ren's. Yeah.
there we go.
I mean, I could see
Yeah.
somebody taking it over since nobody's up there.
It was her Hall of Solitude before she moved to the Great Game.
All right. So what happens when Demon Bear goes to the Hunter's Labyrinth?
Yeah, the Hunter's Labyrinth. All right, my pitch was that he finds a race there, that we actually create a Yuncha, like an alien, like an alien hunter race that goes planet to planet and destroys shit.
I think that they do that, but I don't think they necessarily have to be a race that's active on the world. I think what they do, especially since they have the labyrinth, they pick like
Capture people.
prime. They capture prime specimens of
I'm
every
with you.
active race, and they put them at the heart of the labyrinth, and they give them a week to do whatever they're going to do in the labyrinth.
Then
So
they
they
hunt
have equipment in there from other generations and stuff. All of them are hunting trophies, and they let the new hunt pick up and do whatever they want for a week,
So it's
and
like
then they come in and they hunt.
so it's like
So-
the plot of Predators, except instead of taking them to an alien world, they take them to this Hunter's Labyrinth, which is essentially an alien world anyway, because it's their creation.
And
They
so,
hunt them.
like, you're saying that every generation in the age they've been doing this, so there's
Yeah.
a collection of shit.
Oh yeah.
Been doing it for a long
Yeah.
time.
So what happens to Demon
People
Bear?
have no
Discovered
idea.
it.
Gatling gun chainsaw man goes in.
Yeah, does he survive? We could roll it.
It's not the hunt time yet. So right now he's found a thing that they thought no one would
Well,
find.
I mean, it's 250 years, right? The period of time.
But I mean, he's not in there the whole time.
Well, no. What I'm saying is the hunt period didn't happen the whole time of that 250 years. I thought it was like
the hunt period might have happened. He wasn't there during the
He
hunt.
just wasn't there during that particular like.
oh, so he found
6
the
months.
remnant, but doesn't.
Well, then in that case, yeah, I think he comes back with a piece of technology. I think that makes sense.
I like that.
How about? I mean, do you guys want to do the invisibility?
I think camouflage makes perfect sense.
like the camouflage.
Yeah, I like the camo. But quick question also on this. So that's wouldn't he be
Maybe.
there or sending more people to like harvest more shit? It's not like he's gonna walk in, see a bunch of stuff, take one thing, walk away, and never
Yeah,
come
but if he
Unless
takes
he
the one
doesn't
thing,
view that to be of value. He's already technologically advanced himself.
yeah, and he takes the one thing and they basically just copy it. So maybe that's all he
Yeah.
found when he went to the ruin. He didn't find the other stuff. Or the other stuff was smashed or whatever.
I mean, it's a giant labyrinth, too. He probably didn't scour every piece of that thing.
Yeah, and there's also
I would
tro-
assume the
Steve said
labyrinth
trophies.
probably runs the full length of that mountain
Of
chain.
the whole, probably the whole,
Yeah.
maybe the whole island because it's underwater too. Because the tides go up and down.
And once he gets back, wouldn't he be sending like expeditionary forces of expendables to like go find more? We already
I
found one.
guess.
Nice
But I'm
thing.
saying maybe some of the other stuff he found wasn't useful because Steve said it's all trophies from other races. So he would
Yeah,
find
and
older
races,
pieces of technology that wouldn't be useful to him.
Old
I don't want him to get-
tech, a lot of dead bodies, hunting trophies.
Yeah, I don't want him to get like everything that the predators can do. Like he should get one thing, I think.
Oh
not
no,
the
I
predators.
wasn't thinking that. I was just thinking of it still being active since there's this hunt thing occurring. Like Demon Bear could be the first person to survive the hunt.
That's what I was originally gonna say. Like, did he get hunted and survive?
You know,
We could roll it.
I don't think that he gets hunted now, but his having been there would definitely lead to him being in the next hunt.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they're
For sure, they're
going
gonna take
to
him.
they're
They're gonna
going to
try to
take
take
him.
him.
But do you want to just do the resolution for that now, or
No, I think that's next stage.
okay?
I think not next stage. Let's do next round on that because it's going to take some time for them to get him back there. Like they may have to either get him back there, or they may just come straight to his home area and hunt him there.
Yeah,
don't know yet.
since this is established now, you can use this for personal calamity or death of an avatar. So it's like a
Yeah.
feature of the world that you can use if you want
It
to use it.
is.
Well, that's what I was trying to figure out. Like, it's still open, right?
Yeah.
So, all I was trying to get at is if the Animorphs know it's there and there's any potential, they'll send more people, more and more people, and then one day, all the people
They-
there die.
Sure, they could send all the people
They
they want. They're
could.
just not going to find anything else.
Yeah, they're not going to find
But
it.
they also just lost a base that got sent into space.
Yeah, that is true too. But what I mean to say is, like, say they send 100 people. Okay, you're just an expeditionary force looking for more stuff. Report back, and then
Well,
one day, report stop. Everyone there's dead. Big why? Because the predators came back.
Well, the
Kill
place
them.
itself is also still dangerous, so people might just be dying to traps and other
Oh, yeah.
natural hazards within the.
I'm not saying they find anything. I'm saying there's potential there still.
Yeah, yeah.
Other things.
Oh,
like
it's
potential.
it's adventurer fodder. Our big badass found a cool thing in here.
it's a-
Probably anyone who's got the cojones to try is going.
So what about
the little shopkeeper Animorph beaver is going to have a high adventure and go to the Hunter Labyrinth? I mean, it's totally a thing that could happen.
and
You
then
know what
get
I'm saying? Like it could be like an adventure hook for narrative stories too.
It could be an adventure for hell.
Legend-
We
it's a
might form
legendary
an
dungeon.
order that literally are just an order of people who like the yawning portal, not the yawning portal. What's that bar in the Forgotten Realms that has the fucking, I think it is the yawning portal.
I have no idea.
talking about the one with a burning mage in it.
No, it's a
you're
bar
talking
that literally has
about
like a giant well in the middle that you
Yeah,
pay money to go down a rope to go into essentially the Underdark. It's a freaking bar on top of an entrance to the Underdark.
You talk about Are you talking about Undermountain?
Maybe, I don't know. I'd have
Undermountain's
to-
a
I'd have to
giant.
look.
It's a giant Forgotten Realms dungeon that's underneath the city. It's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, that's probably it.
So what about the Scar Elves, Prox, and this?
I think the Scars. I think the Scarels are definitely going to see strength in numbers and join.
What about the Treants in the area? Like what? I'm
We
just saying,
really didn't touch on the Treants. I think they're just in the process of awakening. I don't know if they would necessarily interact with anyone actively.
They might not even let anyone know they're even there yet.
yeah, I would.
I mean, a tree can just be still and no one knows.
Especially when like the last thing they came out of was a totally different world.
Yeah.
Like as their roots re-energize, like this is not right.
Yeah, they're just starting to.
Leads would fade.
Yeah, but you're saying the Scar Elves accept the alliance with the
Yeah, I think they would.
Quick question.
Horde?
Absolutely.
Well, for one, even if they didn't want to, he's got a giant army. So if
Well-
they say no, they're just gonna get obliterated.
And they're
Yeah.
gigantic.
And they're not going to just get themselves killed like that.
Yeah, they don't really volunteer. They more like get voluntold that they're gonna
So-
join. So
Who made the Scar
you know
Elves?
what I mean? He's like, Join and heal my people. Or
Corinth
we'll
made the
kill you all.
Scar Elves at the
No, I
beginning
meant
of.
what
Oh,
device
sorry.
entity in the game made the
Uh,
Scar Elves?
They're
They're
just now finally established a civilization.
Yeah, I don't. We haven't
they're
been
an
explaining the entry of every single civilization or every single race.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering.
If
I mean, like I
you
said,
if you follow the line, they're probably an offshoot of the Lachey when they got.
Probably survivors of the Lachey or the Drow who were
Yeah.
utterly destroyed.
Oh, how about survivors of? Because Lachey. Well, no, wasn't there an
Lachey are-
alliance against the Lachey with the lizard folk acid thing? Wasn't that?
No, they came in and literally got obliterated the same round they came in.
they're like, hey, what's up? Oh, Death Rage. Fuck my life. Yeah.
No, okay, well,
the
maybe-
acid folk agreed to be part of the lizard folk basically by becoming like armor for them, like a
Yeah.
complete symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
So they're no longer their own race.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the only one that
was
like,
just trying
doesn't even
to-
know that's the weave.
think if there was a reason I could come up with why Lachey would be there in the first place when their world got destroyed. So that could have been like an envoy or emissaries that now have built out a civilization.
I like the idea of survivors just getting as far away from the Fey part, the Feywild that they could, because that's where the
Yeah.
Scar is, and
And
they
a petrified
got
force
over
is
to the-
pretty unfey friendly.
and they got over to the former acid lake and found the petrified forest, and they kind of set up roots there. I think that makes sense. It explains them.
Yeah.
Yeah, envoy
yeah.
or refugees, or maybe a group of soldiers that escape. I mean, whatever it is.
Yeah.
500 years, 200
We
years
can cover
later,
that later on a microscope. We don't have to settle that down exactly.
Just wondering. Luke,
He's
I know.
trying to set some
Motivate.
roots so he has understanding. Yeah.
No, I understand. I
Um.
understand.
So the thing I want to touch on, the Troglodytes, they built a city with the sole intent to be like a diplomatic hub between them and the Eternal.
Yes.
Do the Eternal actually come to the table?
I don't know. I, mean,
Ooh.
I like the idea of them being like not aggressive towards them, but maybe just being
Yeah.
like, sure, build your city. We can just just destroy it in whatever way. It doesn't. We control everything down here. Maybe they
Yeah.
just let them do it.
are they
See what they're
cognizant
gonna do.
of their mission or their?
I think so. The way Corinth explained them is they understand that they're supposed to protect whatever.
Yeah.
Supposed to keep whatever's in there in the box.
And if forming this alliance keeps
If it
that
helps
box
it.
in play, then why not?
I
What
don't
a
know. Like Steve's idea, them not considering an alliance though. Like
Yeah.
them just tolerating them, making them like kind of like elves. How elves think they're better than everybody else.
I
Like
said
they,
we
think, they think they're like the best because they're eternal, right? Like they last forever. This has been their job forever.
the
They're just
item.
specks of dust.
How does that change? Does that change the relationship? Like the dwarves are like, okay, we're
No,
gonna-
they're-
then they take this thing
the-
inside out, and now the dwarves are like, or they don't know about it, or
What do they take out?
The Weave took tech from in there.
yeah,
I'd
didn't-
probably say they don't know that he did that. Like they are
Yeah.
not aware
yeah,
that he stole
The
something.
thing is, the Troglodytes probably don't even know that they did that.
yeah. The weave kind of does its own thing.
The Weave has a control of an order of shadow acidic acid things. I mean, I'm pretty sure he could find a way to steal it, like without being caught. I assume that's what he did.
Cool.
He stole it. Yeah, yeah. Because you're right. If they knew he did that, John, they would not. No, they would not accept that. Not the way that he explained them.
No,
They would be
like,
pretty upset that he did that.
No, I was just wondering if
yeah. So I have the Eternals tolerate the Troglodytes and are unaware that the weave stole the tech from the Eternals.
Yeah,
quick question now.
that tech.
When
right?
we get to
What
the
is it?
lava stuff, did the lava affect this far up? I just
I don't
assumed
think it did.
the whole planet because the amount of volcanoes that were going
Yeah,
off.
but that's such a still a huge area, and you still have oceans. I don't think it's going to go that far out.
Maybe
like-
created volcanic islands in a place where like the dragon flew away at. So some of these
Yeah.
masses can still be here for Steve doesn't have to change very much.
Oh yeah,
Just
that,
volcanic islands now.
certainly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tech that you stole. Are we still good with it being like a device that sucks somebody in or imprisons somebody?
Stasis.
Oh, you're talking about the box?
Yeah, the box. It's like a piece of the
Yeah.
box basically. So that's what
Yeah.
you got.
Oh yeah, the tech he got. Yes.
Yeah, I like the idea, John. Stasis or like a mirror.
It's like a
universe,
soul jar.
soul
Yeah.
jar, magic jar.
Yeah.
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 Maybe it's similar to the phylactery that Ezra's built.
It is.
Maybe it's
I
the
was just
same-
thinking about
yeah,
that,
maybe it's
actually.
the same tech. He just doesn't know how to use it as a lich yet. That's a good
Or
idea,
maybe
right? I
use
guess another piece of the crystal. So a
it's
piece of the heart, basically.
it's one of the
So that
only.
heart was made from the same shit that's holding the thing in the box.
What about a non-liched phylactery? You don't have to be undead to attach your soul.
Well, that's what a soul gem is,
I mean,
or a magic
yeah.
jar.
Oh, okay.
That's fine. You don't know, but that's what magic jar is. Magic jar, you basically suck a soul into a gem.
Oh no, what I meant though was it acts as a phylactery, phylactery, and he's able to still operate while part of something.
He doesn't know it yet.
I don't think he knows how to use it that way because this is so far outside of his realm of knowledge that he would have this, but he doesn't know how to use it yet at all.
So for the time being, he just uses it as a stasis device or to hold something powerful inside of it.
Yes.
If he encounters something like
So
that.
technically giving a bunch of other things a phylactery without realizing it.
Without
and then
realizing it.
destroying them later or pulling them back out of it and then killing. And then be like, okay, you get the
I would
flag.
argue that maybe Temporus was actually made from the same thing, which is why he had the stasis abilities.
Maybe. I know we said he was dead, but he was on the island that crashed into the sea that has Star Master and Tomb, so technically speaking, he could be alive still.
He
Like,
could.
they could
He's
all
just
be
maybe in
alive.
stasis.
Buried.
Yeah, he could just be buried.
Yeah, maybe he used the time stop thing on himself. Instead of rewinding time, he just froze time around himself at the exact point that he crashed into the earth. So he's just down there,
Yep.
stuck.
Stuck in stasis.
Okay, so what about
I think that covers. Okay, what
this
else?
bottom right? Remember we said that they discovered, like you said, the next lock piece, the one for this specific
Hey,
island in here.
I had an idea real quick. What if the thing in the box is Temporus? So it's like a sphere situation. You ever seen that movie where they find the spaceship at the end and the spaceship is actually a human spaceship that came back through time, is at the bottom of the ocean? So what if the thing they're keeping in the box is Temporus because it's so dangerous? So it was always there, but it was also not always there because it came through time and space.
Because it's a time thing.
Yeah. So it being perpetually in there is why all these things are tied to it. Yeah, so that's why the crystals are tied to it. That's why the islands are tied to it, because it's all part of Temporus. So Temporus is like keeping itself locked away without knowing it.
And just so many layers on layers of
so many layers of storytelling. But I'm just saying, what if that's the thing?
What if the reason, like, what if Temporus wasn't just an avatar for this race? It was an existence that was part of the creation of the stasis mechanism for the thing being kept in the prison in the first place. And that's why it's here.
And Crovexis wasn't the thing that the wheel was keeping. It's still Temporus' thing the wheel's for, but Crovexis was like another safety measure. If they get past the first part of the wheel, we release a psionic entity to see if that keeps them in check. Now,
Well,
I like that. That's badass.
I don't mean Temporus is the thing they locked away, though. What I mean is, like, Temporus was one of the workers in the pyramid. And when the pyramid was done to seal this thing, Temporus was trapped here as well.
He was sacrificed with it.
Yeah.
So you don't like the idea of Temporus being the
thing? Well, no. I think that then...
What if Temporus is like a higher safety mechanism, too?
That's what I'm saying. It could be a device.
All I mean is that's Temporus at the beginning, and then you have Temporus throughout all of time, and then you have Temporus being put in a box, and then you have Temporus being put
Temporus isn't the thing that he was containing, but ends up being badder or worse than the thing that they built him to contain.
And so they
then he has to self-contain, but doesn't realize he's self-containing.
Yeah, because of godlike oversight.
Right, because if he comes out, he will destroy all of existence basically, because he's layers upon he's Deus Machina, he's Ex Machina on top of Ex Machina on top of Ex Machina. He's every mistake we ever made into one thing. So now we can do whatever we want, and it all goes back to his
What about the Ezra Sir situation?
Viking says,
I mean, Sir's dead.
Schrodinger's
Sir's dead, and Ezra has his body.
Yeah. Sir is
I think we're just. Sir is gone. He is no longer an avatar. He is dead.
So this island, self-rotating one, the one that the Animorphs.
No, Sir was the